Welcome to the Ringer Fantasy Football Show. My name is Danny Heifetz, and I am joined in person in Los Angeles, baby, by Danny Kelly and Craig Horlbeck. We are going to go over all the games from Sunday of Week 7, starting with Niners-Falcons. Honestly, we were actually more locked in on Mariners. The Mariners, Blue Jays. Yeah. I know. Well, Game 6, so you're going Game 7. DK, how are you? All right, back into baseball. Fairweather fan, back into baseball. How you feeling? Game
back
7?
On the bandwagon. Very nervous for Game 7, but it's also going to be awesome. You know, opportunity to play in Game 7 to go to the World Series.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Take that every day.
That's you're being a motivational speaker to yourself. You are actually like a ball.
No, 100%. This was like in our group chat. Like, this is our cope. Like, if you told me before the year that we could do a Game 7 to get to the World Series, and I'm going to say I'm sad about what happened today, no.
That's the right
answer.
I'm
very sad about what happened today, but, you know.
The second also, the game ended, DK was like, turn it off! Get that off the screen!
Yeah. But anyways, exciting stuff.
Yes, I think we're going to have a lot to talk about with the Mariners later this week, so good or bad. Sunday football, it was fine.
But Niners won
2010.
Ugly game.
It was ugly. Yeah, I mean McCaffrey, Mike Tirico just dubbed it National Running Back Day at the end. Whatever. But McCaffrey was awesome. Bijan's good. I did have one intrusive thought about. He's good. He's good at football.
No, he's good. You're right.
I had an intrusive thought about Bijan during this game, where it reminds me a lot of the Ohtani that person, the tweet that went viral of just when it was like, the person was like, I feel like every LA Angels game is Mike Trout hit 4 hits to raise his average to 528, and then Shohei Ohtani did something that hasn't been done since Tungsten Arma Doyle in 1921 as the Angels lost to the Tigers 5-3. Every Falcons game is kind of like Bijan Robinson had 180 yards from scrimmage, and he has the best juke that's ever been seen as Drake London had 13 catches, and the Falcons lost 20-10.
And then Bijan wasn't in the game on the most crucial 4th and 1.
Bijan looked awesome today. They had 10 points.
Yeah.
Like, there's just a weird dichotomy between how talented they are and how many yards and first downs and points they were able to accrue.
Yeah.
That's all.
I feel like this was a Robert Saleh masterclass tonight. They blitzed the shit out of Penix. He was uncomfortable the whole night. Penix doesn't have great pocket awareness, I gotta say.
Dude, the amount of hits he took to his surgically repaired knees in the final, 1 minute of garbage time was, give me anxiety.
It feels like if he's not in rhythm, it gets sloppy quick.
That's what I was thinking during the game, too. In a way, he kind of reminds you of Tua, where if the first couple seconds of the play, besides the left-handed thing, if the first couple seconds of the play don't go right and he doesn't get hit his back foot and get the ball out, that's where things really fall apart and break down. So he definitely showed some limitations there. But, yeah, the 49ers defense was really good. McCaffrey went bonkers. He was just everywhere in this game. I think he had over 200 scrimmage yards.
He had 31 touches for over 200 yards, 2 touchdowns. And it's funny, McCaffrey definitely looks like he's in a different phase of his career, but they're giving him the ball like he's in the full prime of his career. Like, he does not look as fast as twitchy. No. He's still fantastic. He's still probably one of the 7 best running backs in the league. But they're still just feeding the absolute shit out of him.
Yeah. He was the number 1 running back of the day. He passed Jonathan Taylor as the number 1 fantasy running back today. So that's
Kyle Shanahan can't help himself.
But the game wasn't that good. I think we can just go to winners or losers. I'm
surprised you're so eager to get to this. Do you want to do winner or loser?
Let's just get it over with.
Let's just get
it over with.
But what's crazy about that game, we're talking about the Giants-Broncos game, is that it was so in the bag that we literally already wrote down winner New York Giants.
I wrote down winner New York Giants. I wrote it down.
Yeah.
The win probability chart looks like a staircase that just goes to a hallway. It's just like levels, and it just flattens. Like, it just like a hallway, and then it just craters like it was like Black Monday in the stock market. Like, it just like...
There was a point in the third quarter, I believe it was 19-0. The Giants had a 98% win probability. 99% win probability. And then the Broncos scored 33 points in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, it just goes to show.
33 points.
You know, when you say it out loud, it's unbelievable.
Craig has a whole bunch of good stats on this.
I've read that, but I haven't heard someone say that out loud
yet. Bo Nix had 4 touchdowns and 2 extra points in the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
There was a point in the game where it was like a game break, and it was when Theo Johnson caught that ridiculous. It was tipped off Wandale
it was like,
perfectly into Theo Johnson's hand,
Yeah.
and he ran and scored. And the guy was like, the announcer was like, "Everything's coming up, New York Football Giants." And I was like, "Wow, it really is! What a great day for the Giants."
Since that moment, I'll just go through it because it was crazy. I actually sat and like a masochist, I rewatched like the entire fourth quarter because I just was like, "What happened?" And I just, my main takeaway was I kept waiting for the Broncos to score. And we keep saying, "Oh, the fourth quarter," but like it was 26-8.
Yeah.
With like I wrote down, I was like, "Oh, it's like 26-8 with 10 minutes left." And I'm like, 7 minutes left, it's still 26-8. I'm like 5.5 minutes left, still 26-8. And I'm like, oh my God, it was worse than I realized. Like it was worse. Like there was up 20. Yeah, it was. I fuck football. This is the worst. I wish I could be a better host right now. This was one of the more hurtful losses. It's weird because the Giants aren't that good and like obviously aren't going to like win the Super Bowl or anything. But this,
dude, they had this game in the bag.
Dude, I was like, this team's going to win the NFC East.
This is one of the worst. I think it took me like an hour after the game until I realized like this is one of the worst. People will remember this for years. I
can get into some stats to show why this was so historic. 33 points the Broncos scored in the fourth quarter, which is the second most points scored in the fourth quarter ever. The most was 34, only 1 point more by the Detroit Lions against the Bears in 2007. No team ever was ever shut out and then that scored that many points in the fourth quarter. Bo Nix is the first player in NFL history to record 2+ passing touchdowns and 2+ rushing touchdowns in one quarter.
Plus, he had two.
Say that
two
one
pointers.
again.
Nix is the first player in NFL history to have 2+ passing touchdowns and 2+ rushing touchdowns in one quarter. He basically had the Klay Thompson 37 in a quarter, but for a quarterback.
God. My God, he did.
NFL teams had won 1,602 straight games when leading by 18+ points in the final 6 minutes.
How many?
1,602.
Oh my God.
So 1,600? Wow.
Yeah. Straight when leading by 18+ in the final 6 minutes.
Oh my, this
was
so
like an
all-time
collapse.
Yeah.
And luckily it wasn't in a Super Bowl.
3 scores in the final 6 minutes.
I don't know if people expect me to be screaming. Also, I mean, we're not saying the obvious part. The Giants lost this game by 1 point in a game they missed 2 extra points.
It kind of is
two extra points.
It kind of does just come down to that.
And so it does come down to that, but that is more complicated than it seems. The other thing I'll say, rewatching it, the kicker's going to take all the flack, and he should take most of the flack. Jackson Dart threw an interception on 3rd and 5 with like 3 minutes left or 5 minutes left in the game, and there's no chance the Broncos win this game if that doesn't happen.
Also, the defense gave up 33 points in the fourth quarter. And we're going to blame the kicker?
I'm not going to
blame the kicker.
I'm not going to go on the defense. The defense
I am
going to
blame the kicker.
No,
the fucker missed 2 extra points.
Yeah.
What is your job?
Yeah, well,
I am going to blame him.
It's partly
he missed
his fault.
2 extra points.
What about the defense giving up a historic amount of points?
Shane Bowen, their blame it's more complicated than it seems. The kicker.
Part of me is kind of like, you know what? He missed 2 extra points.
It is as simple as that.
And they lost by 1.
I will say this though, it's actually not entirely the kicker's fault. Because the Giants Giants fans know this. The Giants have really mismanaged the backup kicker spot for 2 years. Graham Gano's the kicker.
I'd never heard of this guy, by the way.
Yeah, so this new
Jude McAtamney.
Yeah, he won't be on the team much longer.
Yeah,
but
poor guy.
Graham Gano gets hurt
not going to
be
be working here anymore.
Yeah, does everyone love that one? Graham Gano. Sorry, I'm just really mean. I'm just in a bad mood. Okay. Graham Gano gets hurt a lot, and the Giants have I'm not exaggerating, lost 3 games in the last 2 years because they mismanaged Graham Gano's injuries. Do you remember last year with Washington when he got hurt in the middle of the week, and then they didn't have a backup kicker, and he pulled his groin during the warm-ups, and they didn't have a backup kicker, and so they lost to Washington 21-18 because they didn't have a fucking kicker. Mm-hmm. And it's like your kicker was hurt and you didn't have a backup, and then this week. So he's been on this team for like 3 weeks, I think. I didn't know this, but Bobby Skinner at Talking Giants nailed this. This guy was the backup kicker at Rutgers. He was on the roster because they have an international roster exemption for him.
Yeah, he's from Northern Ireland.
Dable hates using roster spots on kickers. Dude, I watched today, the Packers.
He's cutting corners on.
Yes. No, I'm serious. They lost the game last year to Washington because of this. Mm-hmm. Like, the Packers.
He's like taking fucking coupons for his kickers.
I know this sounds dumb to harp on, but the Packers today, I watched their backup kicker hit a 61-yard field goal that looked like it could have gone for 66. Other teams around the league have the Bills signed a backup kicker 3 days earlier on week 1, and he made fucking Matt Prater. They called him out of retirement. Teams, how many teams have found a backup kicker this year? 6? They've been fine. The Giants are the only one who relied on a guy who couldn't get the starting job at Rutgers, which is the worst team in the history of college football. He couldn't start there. So why is he on the team making this thing? So yes, it is his fault. It's also Joe Schoen and Brian Dable's fault that this guy's the fucking kicker. And Jackson Dart threw an interception on 3rd and 5. So instead of punting it and putting the ball in their own 20, pinning them inside the 20, they got the ball at the 20. So that the defense... They spiked the ball 2 seconds at the end. There was I'm ranting. There's no chance that the Giants, even if they just made them drive 70 yards instead of 18, they would have ran out of time. And Shane Bowen had 3-man, didn't rush 4 in the final drive, which was also annoying. Fuck.
Couple rebuttals. 1.
Fuck. This sucks.
Who was the starting kicker at Rutgers? Where's he?
I don't know. What's that guy up to?
Is he not in the league?
I don't know.
How is the backup in the league and not the starter?
He's got a sick insurance
The Giants,
job.
but I know this is a weird thing to harp on. The Giants have mismanaged their end of roster. They don't they don't fill their roster. I don't know if it's a money thing, but the Giants, the Saints game. The Giants lost the Saints game for a lot of reasons. I know this is a weird thing, but this is their job for Dable and Shane. The Giants had 4 receivers active for the Saints game. So when Darius Slayton got hurt, they had 3 receivers. So you're running a 2-minute drill. No one can come out of the game. So when you send everyone on vertical routes, first down, penalty, first down again, second down, they just ran 300 yards. They're tired. There's no subs. They lost that game because Dable and Shane, the back end of 46 to 53-man roster has cost. This is a really boring way to have this conversation. You guys are fuck, this is the most boring. But I'm just saying but also, he should make the fucking kick. It's an extra point.
Relax.
Sorry.
The Dart interception.
Yeah.
I'm kind of all right, he threw 1 pick against Denver, and he's a rookie. He's his 4th game.
But it's the situation.
I understand that.
It's 3rd and 5 with 5 minutes left. The only thing you can't do is turn the ball over.
I know.
Punt the ball and they win.
You got to bake a little bit that in. You got to give him a longer leash. He's his 4th game.
He played great, and other than the last drive, ironically,
he
worst
threw
drive
3 interceptions that didn't get caught in the last drive.
The worst drive Dart had in the whole game was the one where he got the touchdown to win. Because Dart, in that one, he should have had 3 interceptions in that drive. And the Broncos kept colliding with each other at full speed to catch him.
That was a ridiculous drive.
I think Dart was playing chess. He was injuring Denver secondary.
It was insane. Dart, dude, the back and forth was insane. The other thing was I kept wondering, I can't believe the Broncos, there's 5 minutes and 20 seconds left. And I'm you're telling me they get 4 more possessions in this game? I just couldn't. It really was as my grandmother would say, snatching defeat from the jaws of victory.
Yeah.
This was the all-time version of that. Yeah.
I think it took me a long time to realize that this is basically Falcons 28-3, just in a random regular season game.
Are you able to be at a point where you can look at this game and think, I'm able to see the positives in this, what the defensive line can do, what Dart is capable of, and where the future of this team is going? Or are you no, fuck that, terrible loss?
It's annoying, but realistically,
you're on the road against the best defense in the league.
Vibes killing loss, maybe?
It's, I don't know if it would have been such a good win. Maybe it's, I don't know. The annoying football cliche truth is it's interesting to see how people respond to things and how Dart and Scatterbo and everything. It's cool to do your little poses when you're winning, but it's important to see how people respond to adversity. And that's interesting. The one thing I'll say about just where the Giants are going, and then we can get off this or you guys can make fun of me. The Giants clearly do have some good players like Dart, Scatterbo, Andrew Thomas at left tackle, Malik Neighbors. And then you have Dexter Lawrence at D tackle, who's as good as anyone in the league.
The whole line.
Yeah, Kayvon Thibodeau, who's probably going to leave after the season, but it's fine. Brian Burns and Abdul Carter, who had a concussion today. And then if you look at even Drew Phillips, who had a tough day, but I love Drew Phillips. Tyler Nubin, Cordell Flott. All of those guys are 27 or under. Mm-hmm. So even Dexter Lawrence, Andrew Thomas, they're all 27 to 22. So I actually think the Giants have a weirdly good core. They have the cornerbacks. Everybody else in the NFL, they buy cornerbacks.
Should be said, Craig was mentioning this during the game. He's just the guys that Jackson Dart is throwing to.
Unbelievable.
Dude, Bo Collins? He's giving him jump balls with two double coverage to Bo Collins.
That's why I'm all right.
Daniel Bellinger was making big plays.
Yeah, so anyway, the Giant. This was the stupidest fucking game. I actually.
It really was Heifetz looked at me at one point and was this is like a really bad loss, huh? And I was like, yeah, this is a pretty remarkable collapse. Like, this is really like maybe top 5 collapses I've ever seen in a game. Maybe.
If I wasn't here, what would you guys say?
What? How bad?
Yeah, was it that bad?
Tell me how bad it was. We tell you the truth.
Okay,
tell me how bad it was.
It's what you said. Stripped of context, it might be like number 2. But
yeah, strip context.
If you strip context, it's as big as anyone. I don't know. I mean,
so nobody had ever been shut out in 3 quarters and scored 30 in the 4th.
No.
That had never happened.
Dude, 1,602 straight games. Teams leading by 18 points.
1,600 games.
They were up by 3 scores in the final 6 minutes.
It was an epic collapse.
So to be clear, in a 16-game season, that would be 100
years.
100 16-game seasons.
Right.
That's pretty bad.
That's right. Ooh, all right. When you put it that way.
Damn.
This was a 100-year storm.
Yeah.
Shit storm.
Oh my God.
It was tough.
Well, anyway,
tough.
So I think the Giants were a loser today.
Yeah, that's fair to say.
Yeah.
That's anyway.
Let's go to winners. I'm going to give my winner. I actually have 2. I'm going to start with the Colts and Jonathan Taylor, America's team, Indiana Jones. Colts are an absolute wagon. Once again, I'm upset we didn't bet the Colts in Ringer 107. Even though we did. Did we?
Yeah, we did.
Oh, hell yeah. All right. Nice. Oh, yeah, we're 3-1 right now, right?
There you go.
All right, cool. Okay.
You wouldn't have let us not bet the Colts.
Yeah. Okay, good, yeah.
Also, as a Giants fan, it was before the Giants blew it, when it was like, again, 26-8, and the Giants are kind of rocking Denver, and then Daniel Jones is just destroying the Chargers. I'm like, what the fuck is going on?
Yeah.
Like, it's so, like, the idea that the Jones split for that brief moment in time, I was like, this worked out great for everybody.
Totally. Yeah, dude. Jonathan Taylor. Jonathan Taylor's having, right now, through 7 weeks, the 3rd best fantasy running back season in 15 years. It was Christian McCaffrey 2019 on the Panthers, Gurley 2018 on the Rams, and then Jonathan Taylor this year. This was his 3rd game with 3 touchdowns this year.
3 hat tricks.
3 hat tricks in 7 games. Pretty much every other game he has 3 touchdowns.
That's ridiculous.
Which is ridiculous.
Yeah.
And then just the Colts in general. I saw this stat, or I found this stat. The Colts are averaging the most points per drive of any team in the 21st century.
Yeah. Well, like pretty much any...
more than the
more than any team.
Patriots.
They're basically averaging 3.5 points per drive.
When you say wagon,
incredible.
It's like that's understating.
They're also so balanced. I feel like some of those teams, were like crazy passing offenses. I mean, obviously they could all run, but like 2013 Broncos was Peyton, and like 07 Patriots was Brady, and 2018 Chiefs was Mahomes. And it's like, is anyone? How are we going to explain
Daniel
this
Jones.
or what? Also, they're so balanced. The rushing, they're up there with the rushing first downs, passing first downs, success rate, whatever. Like I was going to say
they might be taking the belt for me right now for the most aesthetically pleasing offense to watch.
They are the Spurs
in the NFL. Wow. Yeah, they like the way that they utilize motion both before and after the snap. One thing they love to do is they get guys on like levels concepts to either side of the ball where they've got like 3 guys running. So one guy's short, one guy's medium, one guy's long, like deep.
Goldilocks, yeah.
And then he can like dump it off to whatever guy. They have so much good misdirection where guys are running back behind the line of scrimmage at the snap, keeping the defense on their heels at all times. Daniel Jones has been incredibly good at just getting the ball to his playmakers and letting them do their thing. Tyler Warren looks like an elite tight end away in the NFL. Michael Pittman's still really good. They have role players who will just do their job pretty much every time. Alec Pierce is just every time he goes deep.
I know.
Well,
it's crazy.
So, first of all, it's funny you mentioned the levels thing.
Taylor.
Because it's funny to see all the Daniel Jones Colts stats that like he's better than like it hasn't been done since Peyton in 04 or whatever. And it's funny because, I mean, the Peyton Manning offense levels was like the whole fucking thing. They ran like 25 plays or whatever. And like every thing you remember from the Colts was basically that play or that concept rather. But the Colts in a way remind me of like a good soup. Where like, a soup has to get itself together. Like if you have soup, it's actually better the next day or the day, or a chili. It has to gel and vibe. Mm-hmm. And this Colts team kind of reminds me of, in a weird way, you know exactly what I'm saying.
Doesn't sound super
has
like
to get itself
advertising,
together.
but yes.
Has to get itself together. Like a team.
It's a 3-day-old soup.
Yeah. No, but my point being.
That's exactly what I'm looking for.
No, but my point being, it's kind of, in a weird way.
like soup.
Yeah.
It reminds me like the Buccaneers.
Mushy
carrots. No, but the Buccaneers getting Brady. Where this Buccaneers team from like 16 to 2020, you were kind of like, where is this going? They had Jameis and everything. And then Brady steps in and suddenly everyone just, you were like, oh, like all of this makes sense. This offensive line's good, and like Evans and Godwin and the defense at Bowles, and everyone was like really weirdly well placed, and nobody knew it till Grady walked in the door. And I'm not saying Daniel Jones is that, but something about this like 7-year odyssey since Andrew Luck, where they had the 7 starters, last 7 seasons, and 5, like, you know, Wentz and Rivers and Matt Ryan and all these guys, and then like Daniel Jones, for whatever reason, everything has gelled. Everything Chris Ballard, the GM, has done this whole time is just weirdly gelled.
To follow up to that, speaking of Ballard, I saw a ridiculous stat today. They were talking about this on the broadcast, and I went and checked, and the amount of homegrown guys that the Colts have on their roster, particularly their offense, this is what they said on the broadcast. 96% of the Colts scrimmage yards heading into week 7 came from homegrown players. Yeah. 96% of their scrimmage yards this year.
Michael Pittman, Alec Pierce,
Tyler Warren, Jonathan Taylor.
Yeah.
I think that's been
Josh Downs.
Colts fans could maybe quibble with this, I think, but I feel like it's been sort of a point of contention over the years because they're less apt. This is like something you see with the Packers too. They just don't go out and spend money on big time free agents or whatever. They like to draft and develop. That was a big part of like their philosophy. And I think like we even had a notion of this coming into the seasons. Like the Colts have good skill players. Like we like Josh Downs, even though he doesn't get hardly any.
He's like a super overqualified slot guy.
Totally.
Pittman's like a very solid outside wide receiver.
Jonathan Taylor, great running back. And then we're like, and then you add in Tyler Warren. Like this could be a really good skill group. There's just no good quarterback there. And then it turns out, and honestly, and if you go back to preseason time, I think there was an impression, at least from the beat writers, every report that I saw, it was like that was a pretty close competition between Daniel Jones and Anthony Richardson. And it was actually very surprising when Daniel Jones won it. I think a lot of people were like, okay, that's crazy. And I'm sure he's been so much better than even they expected. It's been really cool to see. And this is part of a broader, I think, storyline and sort of just overarching motif for the season, which is retread quarterbacks, or not retread, I guess, just like veteran.
Retread is the word.
Veteran quarterbacks.
Daniel Jones was released.
Right. So retread. Retread quarterbacks that have developed and found themselves into the right system and have really, really blossomed into really good quarterbacks. And so, it's crazy.
And you got to give it to Steichen, who should be the leading candidate for Coach of the Year.
Absolutely is Coach of the Year so far. I mean,
making Colts, that call to start Daniel Jones also, in particular.
The play calling is ridiculous. As good as I think Tyler Warren is, I have to say, every time that guy catches a pass, there's nobody within 10 feet of him.
He's wide open.
Right. I don't know how the fuck he's so open all the time for how big he is, but he's just constantly wide open 20 yards down the field.
And it's not just Coach of the Year in the way that they give Coach of the Year to like the team that most outperformed expectations. Like the Colts lead the league in points, 33 points per game on average.
They lead the league in points, better than expected.
They lead the century. They lead the century in points per drive.
That's fucking crazy. Yeah, it's
crazy. How did Daniel Jones all of a sudden learn how to not take a million sacks?
Well, I think it's a lot like, I mean, I know we're spending a lot of time on this, but they deserve it. Like they've earned it. Like, I think Jones reminds me a lot of Darnold in that there was just, Darnold 6 years ago was seeing ghosts. And like, you know what? Clearly, guys just benefit from spending more time and like the game slows down. And sometimes you're Jaden Daniels and it slows down like immediately or whatever. I mean, like sometimes it takes 6 years. And also Jones is healthier, not just the knee, but the neck.
Well,
I think certainly the back injuries and everything with Jones, he looks healthier, but clearly the game's going slower for him. There's no question about that. Right. Craig, who else is winner for you today?
Dude, the Chiefs. I'm falling back in love with the Chiefs. I think the Chiefs became the villain, and I think the Chiefs are now becoming likable again. And we're now going back to the first iteration of Mahomes, where everyone's like, what is this? This is so exciting. This team is so fun. The Chiefs murdered the Raiders today, 31-0.
Least competitive game we've seen this year.
It was one of the least competitive games you'll see.
It was 21-0 immediately. It was the first time in Mahomes' career he had 3 straight 80-yard touchdown drives to start the game. The Chiefs scored 31 points in this game. The Raiders ran 30 plays, which is the fewest amount of plays an NFL offense has run in a game since at least 2002.
I also looked it up, and I'm pretty sure that this is only the 9th or 10th time in NFL history, at least since 1970, that a team, this was your idea, Craig, for me to look it up, that the Chiefs, the Chiefs scored more points than the Raiders ran plays.
Yes.
Which is preposterous.
They had 95 yards on 30 plays.
It's really bad.
That's great. I mean,
you can usually get garbage time yards and make it just look a little bit more respectable.
The Raiders had
they
one
couldn't
first
even do
down
anything in garbage time.
The Raiders had one first down in the final 3 quarters.
Damn, is that
really,
right?
Really fucking brutal.
I mean, that's just dominant as it gets, and punt.
But it's not
just
punt,
that.
End of half, punt, downs, punt, fumble, punt.
But here's the thing. It was worse than we're making it out to be.
It was.
Because the Chiefs were fucking with them the whole time.
For sure.
The Chiefs
They were running some weird shit. They put Gardner Minshew in the game in the first half to run a play.
Dude, they put him in they ran like the wing tee. That shit's 120 years old. That was invented by like Walter Camp in the 1880s.
And that was going to be Rashee Rice's third touchdown, but there was a false start or something. But it was the coolest player. They had Mahomes go one way, Minshew snapped it, handed it off to Rashee Rice, who was in the backfield, and he like slipped in for a touchdown. Rice was great. 2 touchdowns in the first half, 10 targets. They treat him like McCaffrey. Like they feed him like they throw to him the way that the Niners throw to McCaffrey. It's all like these like little in-breaking things.
Pitch passes, touch passes.
Yes.
Yeah, and we're not even mentioning the play that I think is going to be all over social media all week, which is a thing I have kind of wanted teams to do more forever, and the Chiefs did it perfectly, which was the Mahomes 4th and 1 fake trying to get the team off sides, which I have always wanted teams to do this. And Mahomes did it perfectly where they were trying to do the on the 4th and 1. And then Mahomes just stood up and was like, this never fucking works. And then he just tries, and then they just went and they got it.
I think I'm going to give that the Ruben A. Can of Partridge Overacting Award a little bit. I think Mahomes went, he said fucking twice. It was a little bit turned out.
It worked.
It did work, but I don't know if it worked because of that. Or they just ran a good play.
But did she?
He was like, this fucking never fucking works.
Stomps his foot.
And the defense is like, okay.
Darn it, this never fucking works.
Damn it. I'm not giving him an Oscar for that one.
Yeah, I'm saying.
That was fine.
State Farm.
Yeah. It's like State Farm. But dude, in general, it feels like now the Chiefs, now that they have Rice back, it's like all of their receivers were playing as like underqualified 1s and 2s, and now they're all kind of overqualified 2s and 3s.
Move guys down the line,
And it's like, Hollywood Brown now is the number 3 guy's pretty good. Kelsey doesn't have as much to do now. He's not going to get double covered as much now that they're like working things through.
Another guy who's always wide open now that they actually have real receivers.
Totally. And it's like Xavier Worthy, you don't have to rely on him as much. You can treat him more as like a guy you scheme things up for.
I mean, the Chiefs are the healthiest good team. It's not even close.
Yeah.
Like they're the mix of they're playing well, the offense, the defense, and everything, and they just have their guys.
They're just like fun. Like Mahomes is playing so well.
He's playing way more decisive and confident than it feels like he played in recent years. Because I feel like he's obviously been what made him great over the last couple seasons is what he does at the end of the game. But like to get to the end of the game, it was a lot of ugly football and things like that, and where he was just kind of running around and trying to make things happen and never really looked smooth or in rhythm or whatever. But now it's like, wow, they're in rhythm. And when he doesn't have it in rhythm, he's really decisive and he takes off and runs. And he's just creating all these big plays and he just looks so confident. He looks in total control of the offense.
It's the Raiders, so I don't want to overreact. But having said that, the Raiders are a professional football team and they get paid to play football. And this is as dumb. Again, the Chiefs had more points than the Raiders ran fucking plays. So it's about as dominant of a game as you'll see. It's like the Lions had 50 on the Bears. It's more, but like this was like non-competitive. And so with that said, to your point, DK, about what you're saying with the Chiefs and everything, it's funny how we all got sick of Mahomes, but in reality, I actually think maybe Mahomes is underrated because I actually think we don't talk enough about what fundamentally happened with the Chiefs is they wanted to extend Tyreek Hill. Christian Kirk got that crazy deal from the Jaguars, and Tyreek Hill's like, I want $30 million a year. And the Chiefs are like, we're going to take this first round pick, and we'll figure it out. And we'll go take a step back. We're going to like retool, and we're going to set up the next decade because we don't want to just like do some crazy thing and focus on now and like screw up the cap for later. We want Mahomes to have a Super Bowl window forever. So they tried to take a step back. And then Mahomes made 3 fucking Super Bowls in a row and he won 2 of them. Like that was the step back because the offense was so bad. And the shoestring and bubblegum at receiver and left tackle for 3 years was all to set up now. Like this is the moment where the youth and the draft picks and everyone, like this is what they envisioned when they traded Tyreek Hill as being the window is right now through 2030.
Yeah.
And so the fact that we think we're sick of him, I'm like, this team could be significantly better than the last 3 that made or at least the last 2 that made the Super Bowl.
Yeah. I think they should be the favorite to win the Super Bowl right now.
I don't know if they absolutely
I think
are.
they might be.
Yeah.
I mean, if you just compare that, who are the teams that could beat them? It's like the Bills are destroyed. The Ravens are destroyed. You know what I mean? The Bengals are, I know.
It is funny that it's like Mahomes is probably going to win the MVP and the Chiefs are going to win the Super Bowl.
Yeah, it's crazy. So yeah, it's unbelievable.
Craig, right now,
it has to be Chiefs.
Chiefs are 5-1.
Who's second?
I used 9-1 10 days ago.
7-1.
God damn.
That's a terrible.
The Bills, no, that's crazy. It is. They're doing 20.
And then the Packers.
terrible bet.
The Chiefs are winning the Super Bowl. The Chiefs are making the Super Bowl, put it that way.
Colts are 13-1.
See, that's
might want to make
probably
that
also
bet.
not a good.
Who? I mean, if they played next week again, you have to go another
Dude,
10
AFC
weeks.
Championship Chiefs Colts would be sick.
Chiefs Colts. Also, speaking of worst collapses, one that never gets mentioned: the Chiefs game in the wild card round, Chiefs Colts, where everyone kept getting hurt. It was Andy Reid's first year. It was out, I think, with the Chiefs, first or second season, and they were up like 40 points or something, and Andrew Luck came back and they won like 45-44.
Oh, yeah.
And everyone kept getting hurt. That was like, but that was the one where Andrew Luck, they fumbled and Andrew Luck picked it up and like, you know what? Never matter. It'd be cool though.
I vaguely remember that, but I think I was.
DK's like,
I don't remember.
It doesn't matter.
I barely remember last year.
DK, winner or loser from today?
Jalen Hurts and the Eagles' passing offense was a winner. And obviously we've given them a lot of guff this year.
Yeah.
We've been shitting on them quite a bit.
That's right.
Lately.
I would say
from
deservingly
playing the
so.
crown.
Well, yeah, they've looked like shit.
Right.
So,
Yeah.
but this
Eagles-
game they did not. They
won 28-22 over the Vikings.
Yeah. And again, this is a very good Vikings defense. Before this week, the most yardage they'd given up through the air was 182 yards. They are averaging 157 yards for their opponents this year. So they are one of the best, probably the second best pass defense in the NFL. And Jalen Hurts went out, had his first 300-yard passing game since Christmas of 2023. And he had, hold on, the Vikings defense had only allowed 3 deep completions all season coming into this game. And Hurts he had 6 completions of 20-plus yards, including a 79-yard touchdown to Devontae Smith, 37-yard touchdown to AJ Brown, and a 26-yard touchdown to Brown. They just aired it out. It was the most out of character, unexpected
Devontae
game.
Smith called the play. He said it was there the whole game, and he was like, "Please call this play." And then he was right, and they got the touchdown.
It was kind of threes and layups. It felt like with that. They were just chucking it or handing it off or checking down, and it worked. Yeah, you got to give it to the Eagles. I feel like I'm going to be. I think I just set the bar high for them. My expectations are so high because of how good they looked at certain points last year and the year before that and stuff like that. But yeah, AJ Brown will probably have like 1,300 yards and 9 touchdowns this year, and I'll be angry the whole season.
Dude, that's what's the perfect Philly team. They're also going to make the Super Bowl again. And Eagles fans will complain about them the whole time, but also get to yell at everyone. Literally, it's designed in a lab to make Philly happy. They get to complain internally, get to scream at everyone externally for making fun of the team, being like, we're the champions. And then they get to be mad the whole time, but then they're going to win. So
Per Shield, EPA per play, second best.
coworker here at the Ringer.
Second best game.
Who's here right now?
Oh, yeah.
Where is he?
Just
is he
over
in the house?
yonder.
Second best game of Hurts' career by EPA per play. And the second best game by any quarterback against Brian Flores in the last 3 years. So just objectively a really, really
the
good
receivers
game.
were happy.
You know, 158 passer rating or whatever.
Yeah, perfect passer rating.
AJ Brown was yelling, "Throw me the fucking ball!" After he scored.
What did he say when he scored?
I'm the fucking
He's like,
man.
I'm the fucking man. That was so funny.
Who do you think you are?
I was exactly.
Oh man, I love receivers.
Yeah, you need
AJ
so
Brown,
weird.
Can't
George
live
Pickens.
with him. Can't live without him.
Totally. Oh man.
Oh my god, dude! I just remembered Malik Neighbors.
Like that, he
I
was
just thought of
once healthy.
Dude, can you imagine? They would have won if they had Neighbors.
Do you attribute that to the field at MetLife?
Yes.
Okay, yeah.
How could you not?
Yeah.
Like how could you not?
It's wistfully.
Yeah.
I just genuinely remembered
Yes,
him.
I
Like
did.
he was dead.
I remember Malik.
He writes him letters every week.
God, when will he come home from war? The Ringer Fantasy Football Show is brought to you by FanDuel. FanDuel is changing the way you live bet football, and it starts with Next Drive SGPs. Now you can bet what's happening on the next drive. Will it end in a touchdown, a punt, a field goal? Then stack player props and build your bet exactly how you want it. And every NFL game day comes with a profit boost you can use in your Next Drive SGP. I had a good one cooked up today. I don't know if you guys know this, but when it was 26-8, I had that I parlayed the Giants to have a touchdown where one guy would drop it and then another guy would catch it for a touchdown. And I parlayed that with the Broncos also having a guy bobble a ball into the other receiver's hands for a touchdown. And, it was pretty good.
Oh my God.
So,
You just bought a house in
yeah, exactly.
Brentwood.
Yeah.
Good for you.
Should we just moneyline parlay Seahawks Mariners? Just be good friends?
Ooh.
Okay.
Just be supportive, good friends for Danny Kelly.
Is that being supportive or incredibly jinxing it?
Right.
Oh, so this emotional hedge, just bet on both to lose?
No, I don't like that.
Would you
either.
rather? Yeah. What would you rather
Bet on the Blue Jays.
No, let's bet on.
Just think of it
bet
as
on the Seahawks and the Mariners.
Think of it as paying money for the Mariners to go to the World Series. And if you lose, that's how I bet on the Patriots to beat the Giants each time.
Yeah,
because I looked at it as like,
I
whatever.
agree. I very much believe in the emotional hedge, even though it's cowardly.
I look at it very simply. If you could pay, you said, before the season, Game 7. If you're like, if I could pay $100 to the Mariners to make the World Series, you're like, that's the best deal ever. Or they lose and you make money.
Every SDSU game on that way to the national championship, I bet against them every single game. Yeah, I was happy
best
to.
Best money you ever spent, right?
So I was happy to give.
So we're bet on the Blue Jays. We'll do that.
My donation.
Exactly.
For them
it's
to
a
win.
donation. Exactly. It's a donation to FanDuel.
It's charitable, really.
No, that's an ad. Visit FanDuel.com/Ringer Fantasy to download the app today and bet the next drive your way. Must be 21 plus and present. Select states are 18 plus and present in DC, Kentucky, or Wyoming. Opt-in required. Bonus issued as non-withdrawable profit boost tokens. Restrictions apply, including any token expiration and max wager amount. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit rg-help.com. Call 1-888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org/chat in Connecticut. Now, I want to get into something special. That's right. It's time for a brand new segment called Who's Cooking This Week, brought to you by our friends at IKEA. Now, IKEA is where to go when you want to cook up your dream kitchen. But today we're talking about which one of us is absolutely cooking. Who's cooking around the NFL? DK, you pointed out to me, you know who's cooking is old guys.
The old heads.
Old guys
the
are
gray
cooking.
beards.
Yeah. Your generation.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
They actually are. They're actually younger than me. But
barely.
I was like, Craig, Aaron Rodgers is 2 years younger than me. He looks grizzled out there.
He does look grizzled.
He looks grizzled.
Liz saw him on TV and was like, oh, God, he looks old.
He does look old.
He does look old.
I said, leave him alone.
He can throw the ball over their mountains.
I said,
but
you
he
shut
does
your mouth.
old.
He's got 4 touchdowns right now.
Joe Flacco got like hotter as he got older, and Rodgers got
Flacco
a
looks
lot
great
worse
out there, actually. And I'm like all aboard the Flacco redemption tour. I don't even know if it's a redemption tour or it's just him going out and having fun with the kids.
How is it not a redemption tour?
I mean, because he won a Super Bowl, I guess. I don't know what he's redeeming at this point, I guess, but like.
I would say it's a redemption tour for Rodgers, way more than Flacco.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Flacco's just out there having fun.
He's just old.
Yeah.
So, but
look at him. He's old.
He's just so old. We have to. Oh, Craig, we haven't even talked about this game. Yeah. So the Bengals beat the Steelers in Thursday Night Football 33-31.
It was a hell of a game.
It was one of the more amazing games of the entire season. Yeah. Just everything. Well, I don't know if quality is the right word, but like. It was amazing. Like, it was going, you really would never know that these guys were combined 82 years old or whatever, Flacco and Rodgers.
Was it the oldest quarterback matchup of all time?
It has
to be.
Yeah.
2 guys over 40 starting?
I mean, there's only 6 guys that have played in their 40s, period.
And they diced up those defenses.
Dude, it was embarrassing. I mean, like, the Bengals, we know their defense sucks. The Steelers, dude, it's the most expensive defense in the NFL.
Yeah. It was...
Craig's so sad.
I was like, I've never seen, I think in general, the Steelers are really bad against number 1 wide receivers. They always get torched. I don't think I've ever seen a number 1 receiver dice up a defense and have a defense be unwilling or just completely inept to cover the number 1 wide receiver than the Steelers were against fucking Jamar Chase.
Yeah. How many times are they going to let him run a slant?
Oh my God, dude.
I was out of my mind. I'm like, just put 2 people right in front of him. Put 2 people right in front of him.
Stand right there in front.
It's embarrassing. There's a personnel issue. The Steelers cornerbacks, like after, Joey Porter Jr., they just don't look, Darius Slay is the oldest cornerback, I believe, in the entire NFL. And certainly the longest time. I think he's
Porter
33.
got like 2 DPIs. It was a disaster. And in general, the Steelers defense has not been good for a long time. Even though I feel like the Steelers defense is fake good to me.
100%.
They have a good pass rush group.
TJ Watt's a great closer. Like they honestly, they're kind of like, they play the song Renegade in the third quarter and they have big moments, but they're not a good defense.
No, every 3 weeks, TJ Watt will have like a strip sack at the end of the game and everybody will freak out. But in general, like this team has not been good defensively for a long time.
Tomlin's schematic, and they were trying to rotate coverages and stuff, but they're not good at it. Like that's the thing. It's kind of like we always talk about offenses, good offenses will do motion or play action, but sometimes coaches just do it to do it. Like they don't know why. And I feel like the Steelers rotate and stuff. They don't know like how to actually trick people. Because to me, this is directly related to the same way the Bengals getting. I mean, Jamar Chase had. I can't even believe.
I want to talk about this because
he had 21 targets.
He had 23 targets.
23 targets.
16 catches, 161 yards and a touchdown. The best part to me was the last target
Wide
he was
open.
completely uncovered. The 23rd target of the game, wide open.
And you know why he was wide open? Because there was a motion, and the secondary couldn't figure out how to respond to that, and then he was just wide open.
Truly the skeleton key to
22 targets were not enough to figure out.
Andre Yoshivas shifted to the left, and it threw the entire defense out of whack.
They're like fainting goats. They just like get freaked out and just tip over.
Yeah.
Here's what I love about Flacco. The way he moves obviously is a little bit relatable for me being 43 years old. Mm-hmm. He's kind of just lumbering about out there. But if I woke, like if those dreams where you are all of a sudden thrust into these situations where you have to do something, you have no idea what you're doing. Like that's essentially what Joe Flacco did here. He was traded within like 3 days. He's playing in a game. And in my mind, I'm like, okay, so I'm on this new team. I don't know the offense. There's even Joe Flacco, even after the game, was like, Zach Taylor was telling me these plays and I didn't know what he was saying. So I just ran. So here's what I did. I passed it to Jamar Chase.
he's like, hey, every time he goes, slant.
Hot route. Run over there. So here's what I would do if I was in that situation. I would pass it to the best fucking pass catcher on the planet 23 times.
And that's what's, again, I don't want to be too hard on Mike Tomlin, but like, it's embarrassing. I think this is just as bad as like when Baker Mayfield was there for 2 days and beat the Raiders. Like this is, to me, very related to the same thing with the Ravens, where they can't stop the Ravens. The Ravens had like 500 rushing yards in the final 2 games versus the Steelers. This is even worse because what you said. The only thing you'd think you do if you're the Steelers is like double Jamar Chase and make Joe Flacco actually go through his goddamn progressions.
And it's not like it was, at the end of the game, Jamar Chase got hot. The entire game, they were peppering him, and there was no adjustment.
Joe Flacco literally was probably like, I will just throw it to him, and they'll probably, after a drive or two, just change things up, and they just didn't.
It really felt like they were playing like a turkey bowl on Thanksgiving. Like, just go run routes, I'm going to throw you the ball. Flacco, make it rain out here.
And to your point, he had that funny, in the moment, it looked like a read option. We're like, wow, that's amazing. Joe Flacco to keeper. And then he goes to the desk with like Thursday Football, Ryan Fitzpatrick at Amazon. And he was just like, yeah, I think I called the formation wrong and they lined up wrong. And I look over, I'm like, screw it, whatever. Dude,
I love that.
Snap it. And then, I was like, wow, that defensive end got here fast. So I was like, I just kept it. Yeah. And like, it just,
his last 6 quarters have been insane.
It's so cool. I mean, the Flacco thing really is one of the more improbable things that that's ever happened. Like the combination of him coming in off his couch and like leading the Browns to the playoffs that one year was crazy. But like he has come in. I mean, he almost beat the Packers, but come in and just beat the Steelers like this. He literally was saying, I don't even know what these formations mean.
He didn't know that he said after the game that when the play calls were coming in, something about Zach Taylor's accent, he couldn't hear what he was saying. And so he's just like, all right, I guess I'll just go out there.
At some level, this has to...
Slant!
Can you imagine?
Another slant!
The Steelers, how is this
I don't know what he said.
It is humiliating.
It's humiliating. Like, he doesn't know the plays. And he's
now
41 years old!
Now we know why Mike Tomlin was so pissed when they traded.
Oh, my God.
Like, he actually... I saw this from Bill Cowher. The only quarterbacks who have played Mike Tomlin 10 times or more in their careers with winning records are Tom Brady and Joe Flacco.
Wow.
Dude, Jamar Chase also last 2 Thursday football games has combined 425 yards in his last 2 prime
This was the 7th
games.
best fantasy game of Joe Flacco's career.
Dude, Joe Flacco is
41.
So the Bengals are fully back. It's crazy because, like, look, the Steelers, in a way, there is something to the idea that something about these like 3-day things where Flacco's like, it's kind of actually like golf where when you have, DK is going to eyes glaze over, but it's sometimes when you have really low expectations, you actually like are playing great.
Yeah.
And something about where it's just like,
there's no pressure.
Yeah, you just totally focus and simple and the excion's great. Yeah. DK fucking hates it.
There's a dog leg there and I hit the bunker.
Well, can I at least pivot to the other side of the ball to keep who's cooking going?
Yeah.
Aaron Rodgers is cooking. My guy's cooking.
He is.
He's playing so well, man.
Played great.
He is still doing things that I still think he makes throws that few quarterbacks in the league right now can make.
There was a couple incredible throws. The one to Pat Freiermuth for the touchdown was an incredible throw. He like a laser split the defense.
Dude, his stuff down the sideline, like the first play of the game to like DK Metcalf.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Also, I want to point out the Hail Mary pass attempt at the end of the game.
Oh, yeah.
The pass traveled. I first saw Nate Tice tweet this, but then like Next Gen Stats followed it up. That pass, the Hail Mary, traveled 69.8 yards, which is the longest recorded pass attempt since 2017.
That's crazy.
I mean, was that also him? Rodgers, He hit a Hail Mary last year.
He's the Hail Mary king. Yeah.
He hit a Hail Mary last year,
dude,
on Monday Night Football.
I mean, they didn't complete it for the record.
Oh, it was a
But
fantastic
it was a
throw.
cool.
It was right in DK's
This is like
hands.
what Nate was saying. Like he tweeted that the 70-yard thing, 69.8 yards or whatever, and somebody was like, "Well, he didn't complete it." And Nate's like, "It was a long pass. It was a cool pass. What do you want me to say?"
Congrats on missing the point. Like, and here's the thing. Don't forget, 2 weeks ago, no, 1 week ago, we saw Mahomes try a Hail Mary. Like Mahomes,
we saw Heifetz try one this year.
Well,
he was
Hurts can't. But like Mahomes, if you were like, all right, everyone line up who could throw the furthest, we'd probably be like, Josh
Allen,
Mahomes, Herbert, and like Rodgers probably could throw further than Josh and all these guys. Like 70 yards. Maybe Josh, I guess, he can throw 70. But like Mahomes tried and like really like launched it, and he couldn't do it 70. Like that.
It was a good play by the defender, I will say. He put it in a place where I think DK Metcalf could have gotten it.
It was a great throw. It just got defended well.
69.8 yards away, put it in a good place. Like that's actually so. But overall, Rodgers, the mobility, everything, like
the offense is working.
And also the other thing we have to, Arthur Smith in the offense,
he's crushing it.
I had a lot of questions and fun. I made fun of them of just like, how is this going to work? Arthur Smith and Rodgers and what they want to do doesn't seem to jive. And guess what? This crazy fakakta offense that Arthur Smith has kind of made of like the 3 tight ends, all 3 Steelers tight ends scored in this game, which was crazy. All 3 are top 15 fantasy guys. But the idea of the running game and just basically beating the crap out of people, but then Rodgers is like crazy overqualified game manager and like absurdly talented, but they're going to run. Like it has threaded the needle on accomplishing a lot of what they need to do.
It's such a bummer that this is the year the Steelers defense is the worst it's ever been.
I know, right?
Austin texted us, this is the worst Steelers defense this millennium by yards allowed per drive. It's such a bummer that finally the Steelers offense looks competent again. Rodgers is the only quarterback in the league with multiple 4-touchdown pass games this year. And I think you got to give it to him. Honestly, like the humility of him being like, I'm going to adhere to what Arthur Smith wants me to do. I'm going to go under center. I'm going to move a lot. Like I'm not just going to park and bark shotgun, do my shit. Like he is playing this new style really, really well.
Rodgers, it's better when he isn't in charge of everything.
Yeah.
Like he didn't have options. This was the only team. And like, it's better when he doesn't get everything he wants.
He could get hurt next week, but you have to look back on the season and be like, Rodgers was not washed. Like what happened with the Jets last year? I mean, God, with what's going on with the Jets this year, you almost look back at Rodgers last year and you're like, wasn't that bad.
This is kind of, I know. This is kind of why I'm like, when Penix got hurt tonight.
Careful what you wish for.
Yeah. You know when Michael Penix got hurt, banged up tonight, and Kirk was going to come, I'm like, Kirk probably is better this year. Again, the same thing. Achilles the next year, you're probably not great. The year after the Achilles, I'm like, Kirk's probably better than Penix. If Penix got hurt, I'm like, Kirk will probably play better too.
Yeah.
The other who's cooking, just old guys, dude. Stafford and the Rams this morning versus the Jags.
Stafford is really cooking.
The Rams are unbelievable. And Stafford is just having quietly one of the better years of his whole career.
Yeah.
I was going to say, because I think
he's like playing with his food. You know, Stafford loves to
like the no-look passes, like the arm angles.
He's like the old guy on the pickup court. He's like doing like behind the back shit. And he's like shooting it over his head.
Yeah,
you
totally.
Know?
Yes.
And one mixtape.
He had 33 pass attempts. I mean, 182 yards. It wasn't like he was racking up a ton of yards in the game today. In London against Jacksonville, they blew him out.
He had 5 touchdown passes.
Through 5 touchdown passes. Devontae Adams had 5 catches for 35 yards and 3 touchdowns.
Dude, Stafford, he hasn't had 5 touchdown passes in 10 years. And Stafford's the first person to ever throw in an international game 5 touchdowns.
The 7 games in, Stafford has 17 touchdown passes this year. He had 20 last year total.
That's wild.
And that was a pretty good team. They went to the playoffs.
They almost beat the Eagles.
Yeah, they were. Yep. I mean, they had some ups and downs during the regular season, but I mean, Stafford is absolutely on one this year. He's on pace for 41 touchdowns.
Old guy still got it.
We have to tattoo this for ourselves of like, I don't care if Matt Stafford's hurt in August. I don't need him to practice. I don't need him to do anything. Yeah. Like he will show up every Sunday, and I actually regret a lot.
I forgot about his back and stuff the whole offseason. Him in the trailer.
He's famously the toughest player.
He's like in there doing some weird thing. I don't even know what.
He like sleeps hanging upside down like a bat. Take pressure off his back.
Good.
Dude,
that sounds good, actually. I kind of want to do that.
It's just unbelievable. And also, so Puka Nacua is number 3 receiver in the fantasy season, even though he missed this week. He's still number 3 overall. Devontae's number 6 overall in points. Like, they're both top 6.
Kingmaker.
So, yeah, Stafford, yeah. Other person who's absolutely cooking. I know this was 2 days ago. I don't care. Shohei Ohtani had the best baseball game I think that's ever been played in Major League Baseball.
It has to be.
That's crazy because baseball's been around so
like
fucking
1870s or whatever. I really think this is First of all, let's just start here. I think Ohtani is the best baseball player of all time.
I don't even think it's that big of a discussion. I feel like he just obviously is.
Obviously is. I agree. He needs. It's not like GOAT status because he needs to, like, they need to win the World Series. He probably needs like 2 or 3. But like he clearly is just the most talented person who's ever tried this thing.
Yeah,
since Tungsten Armo Doyle.
Doyle. Yeah, that's number one.
I mean, he can hit 50 home runs. He can lead the league in steals. He had 10 strikeouts in 6 innings and hit 3 homers in a fucking playoff.
I remember when he struck out Kyle Schwarber.
What are we talking about?
When he struck out Kyle Schwarber, I was like, so the guy with like the 4th most homers just struck out the guy with the 3rd
like
most
the
homers.
kid in the Little League World Series who's like 3 times bigger than everyone else.
Have
And
you ever seen
everyone's
the
like,
movie
this kid's like 18,
That's exactly what it is. The Little League World Series. It's like only Little World Series. Like, 6 innings, struck out 10, hit 3 home runs. Like, that's the dude. I just going through it. So the listening to this, you're not a baseball person. The Dodgers swept the Brewers, who had again didn't play well. They did have the most wins in baseball this season, so it wasn't like nobody that they played.
A good team.
So the Dodgers swept the Brewers. Ohtani pitches Game 4. Ohtani has 10 strikeouts over 6 shutout innings.
Yeah, but say how he started the game.
So I'm just going to read the actual order of things. Ohtani, first inning, Ohtani strikes out 3 batters in the top of the first. Bottom of the first, he hits a leadoff home run.
I mean,
so he's the first pitcher to ever hit a leadoff home run, period. Then he strikes out 3 more guys. Then he hits another home run off a different pitcher, literally out of the park.
Like
he hits a baseball
fucking moonshot.
He hits a baseball.
He crushed it.
He hit it out of the fucking stadium.
Yeah.
I think in my lifetime, look, I don't know that much about. I'm not like a huge baseball expert. I watched baseball my whole life, but I think the 2 most intimidating hitters I've ever seen in my life are Barry Bonds and Shohei Ohtani.
I agree.
I agree. Mark McGwire would probably be up there too, obviously, but Shohei Ohtani looks like 3 times bigger than everyone.
He's so big.
And he goes up there and he just like stands straight up and then just fucking golfs the ball out. Like it's insane.
It's so limber.
He has like
crazy.
the most. Like it just makes you feel primal when you watch it. I'm like, he is going to fucking crush that thing.
He has reached the Barry Bonds thing.
He really does. Like it's like insane how hard he hits the ball.
Because like I think you're right to bring up Bonds because I think Bonds is the last guy that when the pitcher's pitching, you obviously are a psycho and you think you're better than everyone. And Ohtani, like even all these great hitters that have been around, like Albert Pujols and Miguel Cabrera and Aaron Judge.
There's a ton. I'm sure we're leaving. Yeah,
but there's 100. But the point is, he's like not human, and the pitcher is like, oh my god, I'm facing Shohei Ohtani.
I'm just talking purely like. If I was the other team, a fan of the other team, the person I'm most scared of, Ohtani is like, oh God, he's going to fucking kill
his resume is insane. Like the World Baseball Classic, I know you guys don't know this, but the World Baseball Classic, like maybe you remember this, but Japan was playing America in the final and he struck out. He closed the World Baseball Classic and he like struck out Mike Trout to end the game. He played like Mookie Betts and Freddie Freeman and Mike Trout and he just like beat them all. I'm like, those are like 3 MVPs in a row. So then he's doing this. And sorry, just to go through, Ohtani's the 2nd player to ever strike out 10 guys and hit a home run in the playoffs. Bob Gibson, shout out, did it twice in the World Series. But Bob Gibson hit 1 home run. Ohtani hit 3 home runs. Cannot stress enough. One of them went 460 feet. And in the 10 years they've been tracking, it's like the third longest home run ever in the stadium. Yeah. He also struck out 10 people. And I just...
Scoreless innings.
It's 6 scoreless innings. And I
think he lit up like 3.
He is.
It's unbelievable.
He is. It's again saying he's at the point where, to your point, Craig, saying Ohtani is the best baseball player ever feels like a very middle of the road mainstream thing to say. To the point where I actually would think Ohtani has done something I didn't think anyone would do. Where we were just like 2 weeks ago joking that like if the human race had to defend, like if that movie Troy where they just said, yeah, we have 40,000 people on each side. Let's just send one guy 1-on-1. Let's just save some, winner takes. We like LeBron is like that guy for us. LeBron is just like our athlete, like he could represent us. And I'm like, I think Ohtani is like right there in terms of just like he's clearly you mentioned the once in 100 law. Like Ohtani is genuinely a once in a century person for like the whole world. Like it's actually crazy.
I think the added fuck you of one last year, he just led the league in steals was all because he couldn't
50. He can't pitch one season. He's like, I need 50 home runs and 50 steals.
Yeah. I think
it's true. That's why I brought up the Little League World Series or Little League. Yeah. I was just like, it doesn't feel like he's playing on the same level as everyone else. You know what I mean?
Have you seen the movie Benchwarmers?
No.
When they the team brings in the guy who's like 32 years old, like from the Dominican Republic, and he has like a fake birth certificate. It's written in crayon. It says I am 12.
Yeah.
He's just unbelievable.
Well, it's kind of, what's funny? It's the real life Chad Powers. Like the thing where Eli shows up to a D3 team and is like, oh, like, wow, why is this guy the best guy ever? Like, this is that.
Dude, I think Ohtani is the best contract in baseball.
Oh my God, what does it cost again? He's like deferred all the money.
Yeah,
which made way more sense after the,
It's like in total, it's like $700 million, whatever it is. But it's immediately worth it. Whatever they've made and just like the merchandising and all that, it's probably worth it alone. But what he's doing on the field is still worth it.
He also, like, frankly, I think he's going to like save the sport. Like the amount of just children who were not going to be into baseball that are going to be into baseball because of this guy,
I know,
is hard to calculate. But
do you guys want to know my intrusive thought?
Yes, I do.
That happened during this. So basically, Ohtani is going out and doing something no one's ever seen before, basically on Friday night, and the Mariners, meanwhile, like extended their season essentially. If they would have lost at home, there would have been really, really tough to beat the Blue Jays. But they had big dumper Cal Raleigh hit a home run to tie the game, and then Gino Suarez hit a grand slam, like one of my favorite sports memories of all time. And I go into the group chat, and you guys are just talking about Ohtani, and I was like, fuck Ohtani. He stole our thunder. Like, I was so pissed because you guys kept talking about Ohtani. And I'm like, did you guys not watch the Mariners game? Like, that was an incredible game.
It's going to be your first World Series ever. They're going to get swept. Ohtani's going to hit 5 home runs.
Seriously. So funny, dude.
But I was so mad at you guys because Craig, I was like, dude, the Mariners, they won.
And I was like, Ohtani's the greatest baseball player who's ever played.
Like, didn't acknowledge what I said. And it was just like, this stuff that Ohtani's doing is insane.
There's a supercut of Ohtani, just all his strikeouts in chronological order.
Yeah.
And like, it's just strikeout, home run, strikeout. Also, 3 different pitchers he hit the home runs off of and 3 different pitches.
He was 3 for 3 with 3 homers. Let's just that way.
Did the Mariners play that night? I'm kidding.
Yeah, no, I know. I look. I totally understand, and like
he's good.
Recognize and appreciate what Ohtani is doing, but I was just also just like, you guys,
you're like, damn it!
It was like a fucking sweep. There was no drama.
No.
Oh my God, Ohtani's cooking. All right, that's it for Who's Cooking this week. Brought to you by our friends at IKEA. We all want to cook, whether it's in fantasy football or in your dream kitchen. And at IKEA, you can find everything you need to create yours, from big dreams like whole new kitchens to smaller ones like stylish plates. Bring them to life with high-quality, expertly designed, and innovative products. Visit IKEA.us/dream kitchen to learn more. Dream the possibilities. All right, let's get to It's So Over, We're So Back. Craig, who's It's So Over for?
I'm going to be calm about this.
Great start.
I'm going to be calm about this because starting Travion Henderson at this point is not his fault, or it's my fault.
Yeah, it is.
I'm to blame because I did it again. And he
why?
Because
he remembered that 100-yard punt or kick return from the preseason.
Here's my rationale. This is now the second week after Antonio Gibson's torn ACL. He's out. They're playing the Titans. And I'm like, they're going to run up the score. This is the perfect game for them to incorporate
when
him.
It all comes
because,
together.
There have been games that, like, week 3, he had 14 touches. So I'm like, okay. And last week he had 10. So I'm like, maybe 15 is reasonable against the Titans. And you know what? I was right. We bet on the Pats, Ringer 107. They were up on the Titans most of the game. It was 31-13 in like the third quarter. Travion Henderson I'm going to stay calm. Because
feel my heart rate going up.
Because it's my fault. He had 2 carries for 5 yards today. And in garbage time, they opted not to give him the ball. They gave the ball to a man named Terrell Jennings, who is an undrafted free agent, who got 5 carries in garbage time. And it's on me.
That's so funny.
Travion Henderson, how many snaps did he play? 5?
No, he played 3. I think I saw this. He played
Jennings
3 snaps.
In NPC.
So Ramondre Stevenson, in the first 3 quarters. So essentially non-garbage time. Non-garbage time.
Yeah.
Ramondre, I think I saw this from PFF, had 42 out of 45 snaps. Travion played 3 snaps. And then they gave the ball to this guy Jennings in garbage time. And then after the game, the best part is, just add insult to injury.
Yeah.
After the game, there's this video of Mike Vrabel. Like, he sees this Jennings. What's his name?
Terrell Jennings.
Terrell Jennings.
Yeah.
He sees him from like 30, 40 feet away. Just huge smile on his face. Walks up to him like a reunion. They hadn't seen each other in years.
Yeah.
Gives him this big hug. Vrabel fucking loves this guy.
Have you ever seen that video of the guy who like raised lions and then he reunited with him like
I
20
love
years
that
later
guy,
and hugged? It was like that.
It was like if Vrabel's son was in the game and he's like, I'm so proud of you, son. You did an amazing job. He's like got tears in his eyes. Travion Henderson is never seeing the field again.
I get such a bad Travion Henderson hangover every Monday. I wake up and I just a splitting headache, and the next Saturday night comes around, I'm like, I'm going to start him. I completely
you
forget
actually
about
just
it.
can't start him anymore.
No,
like I refuse to let you.
I won't drop him because if there's anything worse than dealing with this, it's me dropping him and then he goes off. He will be on my.
You just
team
have to
all season.
just out of principle.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Okay.
So on that note,
I need to be right if it ever pays off.
I have a new game I want to play.
Okay.
It's called 2 running backs who outscored Travion Henderson in a lie.
I mean, he scored 0.5 points.
Well, so actually on that note, I'm actually going to tweak the game a little bit because there are, if you just the whole week, and so everything except for the 2 Monday Night Football games remaining, 66 running backs registered fantasy points of any kind, like played.
Okay.
Travion Henderson ranks of the 66, 64th this week.
So
Like
there are.
he beat
Wait,
two,
who was worse?
He beat 2 players. So I'm going to invert the game.
Oh,
We're going to play the only 2 players who did not outscore Travion Henderson and 1 guy who did.
I like
Okay.
this.
And I'm going to be honest with you. These are just the bottom 4 people. It's Travion Henderson, 2 people below him, and 1 guy above him.
okay.
So Devin Neal on
Okay.
the Saints 3rd string running back.
Right.
Because Kendrick got hurt, right?
Mm-hmm.
Devin Singletary, the Giants' 3rd string running back. And Hunter Lipke, who was the Cowboys fullback. One of those
I feel like I
guys
saw
did-
him get the ball.
Lipke?
One of those guys
Well,
did outscore Travion Henderson.
To register a stat, that means they were given the ball, correct? Or is that not?
I
the
think
case?
it's like snaps. I think
don't know.
I'll
it's just
double check
snaps,
right
or were
now.
they like targeted?
I'll double check. Don't look at my screen. I'll double check.
I remember Devin
I don't
Singletary
actually
doing
know, but
something
they-
also.
If you search, I can't actually.
I'm going to say
They populating
I'm going
on-
to say the fullback didn't outscore Travion
Lipke?
Henderson. Yeah.
Did or did not? Because I'm flipping the game.
Right,
2
two
of these
didn't.
people are the only 2 people below him.
I
So you
will
have to guess
say-
the person who did.
Oh, the person who did? I'll say that's Devin Neal.
Yeah, same.
No, it's Hunter Lipke. He outscored him.
I knew it.
Hunter Lipke
I
outscored him.
saw that guy.
The
Yeah.
only,
I think he had maybe a catch.
64th out of 66 running backs, Travion Henderson today. Like, and what I'm
You
saying,
know, Greg,
literally,
you could have started anybody.
You know, I could have
Literally,
added
if you
Terrell
had picked-
Jennings.
if you had literally picked
Anybody else.
you would have had like a 99% chance to be better. Like,
You could have
literally
scrolled
anybody.
down to the very bottom of the running back list and probably outscored.
I can't remember a bigger bust in fantasy based on hype.
Oh yeah, dude, Craig. I was
no, it's Clyde Edwards-Hilaire's rookie.
no.
year is like the
We're
worst.
not. We're talking about fantasy. Well, yeah, I guess that's true.
Clyde Edwards-Helaire was
He's
the
taken
top.
the first
He was
round.
like
Yeah,
the
but he
10th
did
pick
some
in
stuff
fantasy.
in that
But like,
year.
what was
No.
he at least giving you like 12 points a game?
No, I think Clyde Edwards-Helaire is probably the worst. Like, because he was like a first round pick.
Just
and he
let's just base
wasn't
on
the starter.
live in this. Let me live in
expectations
this.
versus
It was like
reality.
this, but he wasn't playing that much. But no, but I'm not
mean,
trying to take away from the
Travion-
point.
No, you're
This
probably
is
right. You're
different
probably
because
right.
Travion was like a 4th round pick, 5th round pick who,
He got
He's-
pushed up into the 3rd
put it
round.
this way, Travion is playing closer to like Caleb Johnson, who's like
Wait,
not
who
playing.
scored more?
I know.
Dude, I don't know.
Caleb like Travion's not playing.
Dude, Clyde Edwards-Hilaire's first 6 games. I mean, week 1, he had 140 yards and a touchdown. Week 2, 70 yards. Week 3, 140 yards. Week 5, 90 yards. The next week, 80. The next week, 170.
That's what I'm saying. He was a disappointment relative to I think what
Wait,
we
what are you
thought.
looking at?
Aren't I on
Oh,
Clyde?
like scrimmage?
Yeah. I'm looking at his game
Oh,
log
yeah.
for rookie season. Look at that first game.
All right, fair
First
enough.
week. It's not, I guess,
That's more
great.
yards than Henderson is like.
Look
the
at his
whole year.
receiving yards.
Oh, yeah, fair enough. Yeah, the second half was pretty bad, actually. But yeah, I see what you're saying. Yeah,
I
all
mean,
right, you're
it's still
probably
obviously
right.
not great, but it's just, it is a calamity.
He like
Calamity.
taking injuries out. He has to be the worst pick.
I texted Bill about it, and Bill said, he hasn't had one good play all year. I'm not kidding.
So
I'm not kidding.
One good play.
probably a good time to buy low.
RJ Harvey's outscored him.
Yeah.
Well, I think the question is, how long can you have him until you cut him?
No, I
When
won't.
you cut him, he's instantly going to start playing.
Correct. You can't cut him.
I mean, you can. You can do whatever you want.
No, you cannot.
Dude, he has literally.
Craig, he
had
played
2
3 snaps.
He played 3 snaps.
I won't cut
You know
him.
how many people play 3
I
snaps in a
can't
game?
go down
doing
with him making some miraculous comeback, and then he's like the winner of the second half of the year. I can't deal with that.
I agree. If you cut him, I'm going to add him.
I don't want you.
You
I
should
don't
cut-
want that. You
I'm
should
not
cut
cutting
him.
him. I'm
You
not
should.
cutting
Yeah,
him.
you should cut
No,
him.
no, I
I'll
won't.
pick him up.
I won't cut him.
No, but then I'll be sad.
Like he doesn't even. Like, I can't even justify the category that's so over with Travion Henderson.
But he's a good. It's a
performance
sunk
today.
cost. There's no answer to this. Like literally, Vrabel's found. This is
Terrell Jennings.
Like, put it this way.
Hey,
if
have a day,
Ramondre got
Corrales.
hurt and missed a game, are we even sure that Henderson would even play? Like Terrell, you probably like rotate in with this Terrell.
Dude,
like,
I mean, Ramondre leads the league in fumbles. It doesn't even matter.
I actually like that Vrabel isn't pulling from this. I'm saying if you're holding him, I'm like, if Ramondre got hurt, how much would Henderson even be on the field?
Is he that bad
Like
at pass
40%?
protection? Has it been that big of a disaster?
I don't know. I think the first couple games he had a few big
Sure.
Dude, the
flubs,
one where
but I
he
don't
looked like
think
he
he's
was
been
like
that bad
buffering
lately.
was bad.
Like the third quarter, they're up 15. He's not even on
Yeah,
he's not even on the field.
You think you want to give him a drive for reps? I think Vrabel is the person.
Vrabel couldn't wait to get this Jennings guy in
like
there.
even on just like run only downs when you know you're gonna just put him in.
I think this is the bottom because it. I mean, well, I guess in theory he could go to 65th or 66th on a given week, so he's 2 more
Craig,
spots
you
to go.
said it a couple weeks ago though. Like, I just don't think Vrabel likes him.
He doesn't, obviously.
I mean,
this is
yeah.
why I'm saying I'm to blame because Vrabel is clearly signaling to everyone
I don't
what he
You know what's
thinks of
so
him.
funny? There's something so funny about fantasy football where fantasy football people like we convince ourselves to play guys whose coaches won't play them.
Yeah.
Which is like the funniest thing ever.
Because Vrabel doesn't give a shit that he was a second round pick. If he's not good, he's not going to play him. You play
Right.
players that are good. That's it.
Vrabel's like, it's so funny too, because Vrabel's like winning the AFC East.
Yeah.
And he's like,
And we're like, well, he was great at Ohio State and he looked good in the preseason and he was a second round pick. And Vrabel's like, I don't care about any of that.
Yeah.
He's not good. So at practice, he's bad.
Speaking of not good, not bad, another it's so over. I feel like Justin Fields, it's so over, DK.
I mean, yeah, he was benched today.
Poor Jets.
For real, I guess. I don't know.
So the Panthers beat the Jets 13-6, and it was tough to
I mean, it
watch.
was actually a close game. The Jets were in a position where they could even potentially
Dude,
win this game.
Tyrod Taylor had a chance after the Jets played one of the worst performances since almost 7 days ago when they were the worst team I've ever seen. And Tyrod Taylor in the first play of this drive to tie the game throws an interception. And so I don't know, but Fields, do you think Fields starts next week, TK?
I don't know. I don't know what the right thing. I don't even know what I would do in this situation because Fields, the way that he's playing right now, it's almost like a non-starter. They cannot
Literally.
they cannot move the football. Fields through 6 games.
Dude, I think
he's
the
averaging.
I think the 0-16 Browns can move the football better than this team.
I mean, he's averaging 140 passing yards a game, and he's not running all that much.
It's funny.
He has 4 touchdowns in 7 games. Wait, have they played 6 or 7 games? I don't remember.
They've played 6, but he got hurt in one of them. Or
Right.
no, they played 7. They've had a bye.
He's
They've had
played
7 games.
He's played 6. They played 7.
He's
He
been
got hurt in
sacked.
one of them.
He's been sacked the second most times in the NFL, 22 times. Only Cam Ward has more sacks. So think about how many sacks. Think about a sack as like a drive killer almost always.
Yeah.
Especially for an offense like this. They're not getting, if they get sacked, the drive is essentially over. The last 2 games for Justin Fields, he's 15 or 29 for 91 yards, 3 yards per attempt.
Do you guys
No touchdowns and only 50 rushing yards.
No interceptions, though.
17% success rate on the plays for Justin Fields.
I know I'm a dead horse at this, but just beating a dead horse. But like the Broncos game last week, the Jets had 80 yards and 30 of them were on one drive. The best drive the Jets had, the Jets gave up on trying to score. Literally, they had 45 seconds to score, and Aaron Glenn was like, "I don't think we can get 15 more yards to get field goal range," and they gave up, and that was their best drive. Was when they quit.
Austin says the Jets have 1 touchdown in the first 3 quarters of games since week 2.
Yeah, it's their
First 3 quarters.
I'm telling you, like this is.
I
I
mean,
know
their offense is non-functional.
I'm not like a Giants fan trying to beat up on the Jets. Like
they should just kind of call it.
They're 0-16 level.
We're just gonna go.
Like, we're done. You guys get the win. if you play
We're
us.
sick of this.
Yeah. They should. The defense isn't as bad, but the offense is 0-16 level.
What's funny is that the fantasy side of Fields is so bizarre because basically
These multiple 20-point games.
he has
just garbage time.
3 games of 25 or more points and 3 games of less than 5. So he is literally either the best quarterback in fantasy because like 25 is the best quarterback in fantasy or the worst.
Yeah.
Like he will either be
literally.
number 1 or 32.
So he's
or any given week.
It's so funny because like we're in a super flex league. I have him in the ringer league, and I'm like, so do I like cut this guy if they bench him or like, you know what I mean? It's just crazy.
Bizarre.
Yeah, it's pretty. Again, it's the Panthers. It's not like the Broncos 2 weeks ago. It's like this is the Panthers, and he couldn't do anything. Yeah, it's so over. It's also so over. It is so over for Tua and Mike McDaniel and the Dolphins. It's never been more of it. The Dolphins lost to the Browns.
Who has a more operational offense, the Dolphins or the Jets?
Dolphins. No, the Jets. I'm not trying to be over exaggerating. Like it is the turnovers, the lack of turnovers. Turnovers are obviously the worst thing an offense can do. But if you take out turnovers, I have never seen an offense struggle to gain yardage like I've seen the Jets the last like 4 weeks.
Yeah, every time you look up, they're in 3rd and 11.
The Dolphins though lost to the Browns 31-6. It was so sad. Like it was actually like I felt so bad for Mike McDaniel. Like it's pouring rain. He's watching his like entire lifetime of hopes and dreams just like slip through his fingers. And it was in addition to all these passes from Tua.
Jesus.
Spot the lie.
Slip through his fingers.
The NFL should really be like a guillotine league. It should be every week a team is eliminated.
That's
How nice would that be?
And then they just redistribute all
Wouldn't
the
it be
other
nice?
players.
Week 12, we don't have to watch the
Craig,
fucking
your best
Dolphins
idea
and
was
Browns
like
play.
we should quarantine teams. Like we should put them in a separate league. Like we just the
Yes.
Dolphins and the Browns. They
The
have to
toilet bowl.
Dolphins
Yes.
and the Jets just have to play each other
It's
every week
yes,
from November
it's a
to December.
guillotine league, but the teams that are getting eliminated join
Yeah.
the loser pool, and they play every week on like Fridays.
So they should.
Friday afternoon.
Yeah, put them. Or like remember that one COVID
2
game that was like
o'clock.
Wednesday afternoon. Which
Yeah,
is that one.
people
should,
would watch
yeah.
that.
Dude,
That's a
yeah.
great idea. If the NFL wants to own more of the week,
That
losers
should be the
bracket,
other Monday Night Football game. Stop putting good teams, but the bad games. Yeah,
There's something there. Raj,
Tua. Yeah, Roger. Someone send this to Goodell.
he's listening.
He is. Someone
Obviously.
can send him this clip. Don't listen to the other things we said though.
Should we let Carlos rant?
Yeah, I do. So Tua threw for exactly 100 yards. He threw 3 interceptions, all in the second half.
He fumbled 3 times as
He
well.
fumbled 3 times. Carlos going to come here in a second. CBS had a game break announcing his second pick, and then during the game break, he threw a third pick. And it's just so anyway. So Carlos, lifelong Dolphins fan here. Carlos, are you okay?
Wait, no.
no.
My question to Carlos is, who are you the most mad at?
Yeah,
Chris Greer.
the GM who's been there for 25 years.
He had no hesitation there.
Look, if I could choose anybody to get fired tomorrow, it would be Chris Greer.
Okay.
Obviously, McDaniel probably, maybe will be fired this week. I mean, losing to the Browns by more than 25 points is kind of insane. Or so yeah, I don't know. McDaniel probably is going to get fired, but and they might bench Tua, and then we're in full on tank mode, which is just rough. But none of that matters if Chris Greer is still making the picks. Like, this team is a disaster because this roster is a disaster.
I totally agree. I mean, the Chris Greer has missed so many picks. Should I say my theory? Is that a little reckless?
I don't know.
I'll say it. We can cut it if this is bad.
Okay.
I think it's pretty middle of the road. I agree with what you're saying, Carlos. I think that Chris Greer, the GM, is more than just on getting fired, and he has not for 2 reasons. One, he's been there for a long time. Not been the GM for 25 years, but he's been the Dolphins since like the late 90s. I think Chris Greer is not being fired from the Dolphins because he knows where all the bodies are buried for the various things the Dolphins have broken the rules for. Again, these are not like conspiracy theories. Like the Dolphins were already investigated and punished by the NFL for trying to get Tom Brady and Sean Payton on Stephen Ross's yacht to collude and get them there. Like the Dolphins have been punished for multiple things that Chris Greer is there for. Brian Flores, the former coach of the Dolphins, is literally suing multiple NFL teams as part of a lawsuit. I straight up don't think that Stephen Ross, the owner of the Dolphins, can fire the GM who was there for a lot of this and just knows too much to fire him. Like, you can't get rid of a guy like that in this moment. I don't know if that's true, but it's just my Occam's razor of just why is this guy still running the team?
Yeah, but if you fire him in the offseason, doesn't the same rule apply?
I don't think he can get fired until this legal stuff's resolved, honestly. I kind of think, I don't think Chris Greer can get fired till the Flores lawsuit's resolved. He just knows too much. He was there.
Which is why they're in no man's land. If Chris Greer is not going to be fired, then there's literally no hope for this team. Because, okay, so now Tua has this massive contract, right? They can't, if they cut him this offseason, we're going to be taking a Russell Wilson Broncos level cap hit the next season. So you're holding on to him for a year. So we have another year of Tua for sure, most likely. And Chris Greer is still in charge of this team. Give me a reason to have hope. This team scored 70 points. What are we doing?
Do they have 70 points this year? Probably.
Do you want Mike McDaniel fired, Carlos? I'm talking tomorrow. This shit's Sunday. Do you want Mike McDaniel fired Monday?
I still have in my mind, there's I kind of maybe wonder what would Mike McDaniel do with a quarterback who wasn't as limited? But maybe that's foolish of me, and we should just I don't know. I don't know. It's tough.
I feel
I'm
bad
fine
for
with
you.
either way, honestly. I'm kind of over it.
I think they have to get rid of McDaniel. I think the vibes have gotten too bad. His whole situation in the press conferences, like the way he's like conflicting or arguing with his players, like through press conferences. I feel like you kind of can't go back from that stuff. I do feel like McDaniel, he's going to land somewhere as an offensive coordinator, and I think he's probably going to be great. And maybe that's just what he's meant to do. But it's tough because I feel like he's going to be awesome somewhere.
He has not been able to fix the running game stuff, and he was a run game coordinator with the 49ers. Like, that's his actual background, and it's been terrible. And the Dolphins suck in short yardage. Now, to your point, Carlos, like, they have missed a lot of picks on the offensive line. But I feel bad for you, Carlos, because you pointed this out to me. The thing with Tua, and I think the reason a lot of our criticism of Tua made Dolphins fans really upset, Tua is unambiguously the best quarterback the Dolphins have had in Carlos's life since Dan Marino. Like, it's not even close. Like, till Tua made the Pro Bowl a couple years ago, the Dolphins were the only team in the NFL that didn't have a Pro Bowler in the 21st century at quarterback. Do you know how hard that is? And Trubisky made the Pro Bowl. Like, not even an alternate. Like, that's what it took. So, yeah. I mean, it's so sad that Tua is, like, not even close to good enough. I think that's obvious now. And it's not even just the health stuff. It's like, obviously.
Who did the Browns have?
I think Derek Anderson in 2007 had a randomly good year. But and also I know. But just to say this, because I think what I was saying about the GM, Chris Greer, I know that's like kind of explosive. Just to pick one example from stuff that Brian Flores has alleged in his lawsuit, just because I don't want to just say what I'm saying without, just to give you an idea of why I think this.
Right.
And why I don't think the Dolphins will fire the GM until this Flores thing is resolved. I'm going to just read a quote from Brian Flores because I don't want to speculate. Brian Flores, well, you know what I'm saying. Brian Flores said about that. He basically said Stephen Ross, the owner of the team, offered $100,000 per loss because he wanted to tank for a quarterback. That was the year they got to it. And one of the reasons I think Flores didn't like him. And so Flores says, quote, I'm reading, that was a conversation about not doing as much as we needed to do in order to win football games. Take a flight, go on vacation. I'll give you $100,000 per loss. Those were his exact words. I deal in truth. I tell the players this as well. I'm gonna give you good news, bad news, but it's gonna be honest. To disrespect the game like that, trust was lost, and there were certainly some strained relationships. Ultimately, I think that was my demise in Miami. End quote. So I'm saying, like, that stuff we know about. I'm just saying, I just don't think when there's like allegations, like he offered $100K under the table per loss to tank. And obviously there's other stuff involved in the Flores lawsuit. Like there's just too much going on. I don't think he can fire Chris Greer.
DK offered me that today in our matchup in the Ringer League, and I said no. And we're battling because of it.
Carlos, just last word here, because I'm sorry, but do you want to hold on to Tua next year?
If it all depends. Again, like if they're drafting a quarterback high, then they can do the whole like pretend that he's sitting behind Tua for a year and then he doesn't thing. I'm fine with that outcome if it saves them money in the long run.
Cool. Well, I'm like, sorry. Dude, sorry.
It's all right. I'll go back and listen to the pod from you guys reacting to the 70-point game.
You'll always have that.
That game was awesome.
He listens to that when he wants to.
The Dolphins at one point were like by far one of the coolest offenses I've ever seen.
You know what's crazy? If the Broncos had like 6 more minutes in that game, I bet they could have came back and won. You know, it would have been. Okay, let's get to America's favorite segment here. Fart or Shart?
DK.
Oh boy. Oh,
DK.
God.
No, I don't think we have the sound drop, funnily enough, because we're in person. So do you guys want to just make a bunch of fart noises?
DK. Fart or Shart? Oh, my stomach.
All right, thanks.
All right. DK, Daniel.
What's up?
Danny.
Yeah.
The Jacksonville Jaguars.
Shart. I just feel like the vibes are horrific.
Yeah.
They're just like back to being the Jags. It's the sloppiest team in the NFL.
They lost 2 straight. They had 13 penalties today. They lead the league in penalties. Lawrence took 7 sacks, tied for a career high. Jags are 4-3. This is a Shart to you?
Yeah, I think that the beginning of the season,
wet Shart.
The beginning of the season was we thought they were good because they kept getting a bunch of turnovers, and turnovers are super. What's the word I'm looking for? There's high variance play, and I don't really think they're that good. So.
I kind of think it's a fart.
Okay. Also, Brian Thomas got hurt today.
Yep, hurt his shoulder.
3 days ago, I was like, if they beat the Rams, is it a...
You want to talk about Ewing theory?
Yeah.
Like Brian Thomas.
I don't know.
One injury away from having a good team.
There you go. Oh my God. Should that be a power hour? Injuries that'll make teams better.
That's kind of funny, actually, but not to laugh about.
No, we would never.
We would never wish injuries on anyone.
The Cardinals are way better with Jacoby Brissett, though.
Like, unquestionably.
Way better.
It's not even close. The Jaguars, though, I do think this is a fart for 2 reasons. One, I don't.
No one ever
like,
agrees with me when I do this.
That's not true. We bully you. Oh, that's true.
I don't think one time I've ever said it. You guys are like,
it's okay. There's no right answer.
Yeah.
No, you guys.
It's a feeling.
It's definitely.
I also
a feeling.
still don't really know what the difference is.
You'll learn, buddy.
Yeah,
someday.
After a few times,
We ate some real greasy food today. Maybe I'll find out.
Yeah.
Do you think it's a fart?
Yeah, it's like I don't want to draw too much from like one London game.
I know.
I also think
This
that
is more than one London game.
I know
pal.
they lead the league. They're sloppy, but also they did beat the Chiefs 2 weeks ago, which was also weird because they kind of didn't really deserve to do that. But I think that this was Liam Cohen, who worked for Sean McVay, going up against Sean McVay, and there's something about building a program. Sean McVay's, at this point, been running the Rams. We're coming up on like a decade. Sean McVay is obviously, he's the teacher.
Is he 40 yet?
No,
not
he's
even
39.
close.
39,
38.
20 something.
He's 39.
So, but I think that like Liam Cohen is the student with a way worse team and going against like the master with the way better team. And I'm like, honestly, the first time that happens, it's usually like Star Wars. Like you get some limbs cut off.
Well,
it's like Shanahan with the Falcons tonight. It's like those guys not directly work for him, but I'm like kind of like they're all been passed. Like the defensive coordinator for the Falcons did. And I'm like, the first time you meet up and you're trying to beat a program, like you usually get the crap kicked out of you. And I think that's what happened today.
Well, I think the question is what is a fart or a Shart for Jacksonville? Like when you said Shart, is that to you them going 7-10? Or is that to you being like, this will never work? Like what is a Shart to you? They have no shot at the playoffs?
Probably them going like 7-10.
They're 4-3 going into the bye, and I think the Jags are going to play the Raiders in Week 9 and probably kick the crap out of the Raiders, and then they'll be 5-3. And then they're playing the Texans in Week 10, and it's like they could, for all we know, like be tied with the Colts for the division lead if they beat the Texans in Week 10.
I don't know what it is. It's like to boil this down, I kind of think the Jaguars can't catch, and Trevor Lawrence isn't accurate, and that's kind of like the whole thing.
And the situational awareness, Lawrence has a weird, for someone who's played, we're coming up, this is his 5th season. He really doesn't have a sense of the field.
No. It's just like he has like a Trevor Lawrence. He has like a Justin Herbert-esque arm. But the reason why Justin Herbert works when he throws those fucking missiles is it's right in your lap. Lawrence throws like with the same speed, but it's over here.
No, he's not accurate.
And Brian Thomas is afraid of every ball, and half these guys can't catch. I think
it's coming so fast.
I believe the Jaguars lead the league in drops this year, and so it's just like and penalties. It's a horrible combination of like Lawrence is super inaccurate and his receivers can't catch.
So they lost 35-7. I will the 2-minute drill, they got the ball with 4 minutes, and I think they thought there were 2. It was one of the weirder 4-minute drills I've ever seen. At the end of the half, it was like they were trying really hard to get the Rams the ball back. It was bizarre.
I generally believe in what Liam Cohen is doing, and like you can see glimpses of it. I do think though, like if we're talking about can this guy win? Can Trevor Lawrence win 2 playoff games for the Jags? I think it's a Shart. I don't think he can. Like I don't think that's ever going to be him.
I agree. Well, not ever. Again, have never felt as bad about Lawrence as we have felt about Baker Mayfield, Sam Darnold, or Daniel Jones by a lot. So I'm not going to say never about anyone this talented, but he'll
have to be on a new team then. I don't know.
I am open to the idea that maybe he needs to be like rehabilitated, like Al. And again, like Darnold went to the Jets, they suck. Baker went to the Browns, they suck. Yeah. Daniel Jones went to the Giants, they suck. Trevor Lawrence went to the Jags. At what point? Like, how many teams?
He'll probably be on the Steelers next year, and I'll have to figure this out.
Yeah, there you go.
By the way, they probably will win more than 7 games. They play the Raiders, Titans twice, the Jets,
Chargers on their 6th-string tackle,
and the Cardinals. So they've got they have winnable
Titans.
games.
It's
the games that are going to be tough is they play the Texans, they play the Colts twice,
they get the Titans in week
18.
and
the Broncos.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Maybe they'll surprise us. But
intrusive thoughts, Craig. I want to start with you.
I guess we could. I have 2. I'll stick with Jacksonville first. I just think Travis Hunter is better than Brian Thomas, and I just like he should just be the number 1 wide receiver. And Brian
Thomas should play cornerback.
Yeah, maybe
because he doesn't like contact or
talking.
When I watch the 2 of them play wide receiver, I'm like, that guy's better.
Yeah,
it's kind of as simple as that.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Brian Thomas kind of looks like he's the cornerback trying to play receiver.
It really does. He looks like a kind of like a random wide receiver to me now. And Travis Hunter looks like a freak.
Oh my God. That's
a good intrusive thought right there.
Travis Hunter today also had like a huge day, kind of had his coming out party. Brian Thomas got hurt later in the game. Travis Hunter did a lot of his damage with Brian Thomas on the field. 14 targets, 8 catches, 100 yards, touchdown. I don't know. I just think he's better. He's just play wide receiver.
The funny thing about, I don't disagree with you necessarily. I think,
and he doesn't even practice wide receiver.
Right. He didn't play on defense in the first half, and then he did play a little bit in the second half in this game. I think they're still like figuring out how to use him on both sides of the football. But also, I would say like
the corner thing's not working.
He probably should be better.
Considering what I don't even know if he played defense today, which makes sense because
I think I saw that he played some in the second half.
When they were down defense. 20, it was a little late by then. It's like 21-0. I had intrusive thought today.
Okay.
Cam Ward's hands are way too small to play quarterback, and it'll never work.
The worst defender against Cam Ward this year has been his own hands.
Cam Ward
keeps dropping the ball.
Dropped the ball.
He's done that like 3 times this year.
He did 2 straight weeks where Cam Ward just dropped the football. Yep. Just like straight up trying to throw a pass. Not raining, just dropped the ball. And so I was like, how small are his hands again? I looked it up. 9 inches, 8th percentile among quarterbacks. He's in the 8th percentile for hand size among quarterbacks.
You know, everybody talked about Kenny Pickett. Nobody talked about Cam Ward's hands. Not once.
And
nobody talks about Cam Ward.
That's true too.
Well, I think the difference
we still aren't really that much. Like, I feel like he's gotten a pass for how bad they are.
He's going to be bad for like 3 straight years. And I'm going to be like, no.
And then we'll never think about him. And but Kenny Pickett had little hand energy, I think was the problem. Cam Ward has big hand energy. And
what do you mean?
I'm not touching that one.
Well, yeah, so that was my intrusive thought. My other one.
By the way, Kenny Pickett came in, I think, for 1 play today and just fumbled it. I think. Well, I think his first play he fumbled. I think he maybe played more than 1 play.
He didn't get any first downs.
So that wasn't great.
I had another intrusive thought, and I'm like, this one's like me. Like actually, like an intrusive thought. Like this is not how I believe, and like I don't believe this. I am not proud of that I thought this, but like it was just a thing I thought.
Okay.
The Raiders defensive end Max Crosby got hurt today, and my actual first thought was like, this is kind of his fault.
Because he never doesn't
He
sit.
plays every snap, 100% of the snaps performatively. I'm like, maybe don't do that. Like maybe you wouldn't get hurt if you didn't like insist on playing literally every down.
Try hard.
Yeah. Yeah, kind of. Like you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like maybe there's a reason every other player doesn't do that.
Yeah, like Anthony Richardson checked himself out at quarterback once because he was tired.
Dude, I was thinking that when Bijan was out in 4th and 1, I was like, oh, Richardson does it once, but then Bijan's out in 4th and 1.
Maybe
No one
follow
says anything.
Anthony Richardson's lead a little on this one.
He was ahead of the curve, really.
Yeah.
Anyway, any other intrusive thoughts, Craig?
So you know those touch passes, like Rashee Rice had one today, where
you just like
it's like a little sweep, kind of behind the offensive line, and Mahomes just flips it to him, and whatever. I don't think that should count as a passing touchdown.
No, so this is the dirty secret to Mahomes' 50 touchdown pass season.
Yes, it is.
Was 5 of them were like touch passes.
I don't think it should count.
It's a glorified handoff.
Why
do you not get it?
It's a jet sweep.
Yeah.
It's a loophole.
It is a loophole because the definition is the ball, literally, if the ball travels forward like half an inch, that's a pass.
Romo said on the broadcast today, he was like, I could have had 50 touchdowns if I could do that. And I was like, yeah, you're right. It's a smart play. It just shouldn't count as a passing touchdown because it's not.
I mean, I agree.
Yeah.
But I also will take it. Patrick Mahomes.
Relatedly, number 1 fantasy quarterback, Patrick Mahomes.
I know.
We had another intrusive thought here. Carlos, I need you to come back in. Carlos said something today. Craig wasn't here yet. And I thought it was so fucking crazy that I need Carlos to explain it. So just to set the stage here. So on YouTube TV, and if people don't have this, if the Sunday ticket or anything, you might not know what we're talking about. But on YouTube TV with the multi-view, they have like these like enjoy these moments of zen, and they're all different.
Like the commercial breaks, they just do like a bee will be going from flower to flower.
Or it's like an ocean.
It's like a dog, or like they're pretty. I'm not gonna lie, they're pretty. They actually are zen.
It's like birds chirping in a field.
Right. It's actually quite lovely.
Yeah. And Carlos chimes into this and says, "I hate the fucking moment of zen." Why do you hate the zen, Carlos?
Because are you forced to think your own thoughts, and that's a terrifying proposition?
It's been established on this podcast. I drive in silence sometimes, so like I'm fine with moments of silence and zen. I'm just when I'm watching a football game, I'm so used to the noise that the zen like jars me out of it, and I'm like, what? So I'm like looking at, a commercial break is happening, and I'm like looking at my phone, and then all of a sudden like there's just silence, and I'm just like, I look up, I'm like, what is going on? And then I have to change the channel.
Carlos is too alpha. He's in football mode. His T is so high that when it goes to like birds chirping in a meadow, he's like, this isn't football.
You find this zen jarring.
It's just really annoying. Like, get rid of it, please.
It's annoying.
Get rid of it.
Dude, it's annoying. What do you mean
How is it annoying?
It's like the only only time these companies, these companies with tech and everything, it's the only time they dominate our lives. They have every moment of time. The only time they've ever for 1 second been like, how about your mental health?
It's like,
how are you doing?
Ocean waves crashing in and out. Not for you.
Wind blowing through the leaves.
Look, I'm 30 years old. For like 28 years of my life, I've been so used to having like commercials and like background noise, and then all of a sudden they're like, nah, never mind.
See, this is brain rot. Like this is. Do you know when Apple did the U2 album and like they didn't occur to them that people would want to delete it?
Yeah.
And so they didn't build it. Like, I don't think anyone at YouTube TV was like, what if people actually hate this and want more commercials?
But what's unique about Carlos is that he drives in silence, which doesn't make any sense.
He also,
it means that like he gets in football mode and he's like, I need stimulation for 8 straight hours.
Also, is it funny our podcast producer doesn't listen to podcasts while he drives?
He's like, I do that at work. I don't need to take that home with me. Yes.
Dude, maybe
I don't need more mouth sounds.
Maybe I'm becoming a boomer, but I oftentimes will mute the game the second it goes to commercial because I think there's
Well, the commercials, they make them so much louder.
That law actually was just changed.
Really?
Yeah, you can no longer do that. Commercials cannot be louder than whatever the broadcast you're watching.
Huh.
Sweet.
Yeah. Because that was the thing. They were like,
ESPN,
way louder.
That went big this week with hockey, where ESPN is kind of like, you saw the ESPN, they're kind of taking you off live to show you more commercials. So people like noticed, which also bad plan. You thought people wouldn't notice this, but like
it's supposed to be like a 2-minute commercial break slot. They would run like 2 minutes and 10 seconds of commercials.
Over time, you're like 3 minutes behind, 90 seconds, and then suddenly you're like 3 or 4 minutes
suddenly
behind.
Your buddy texts you like, "What a collapse!" And you're like, "What,
dude?" People are getting also key. Like no one thought like 4 weeks ahead of like when you implement this. People are getting ESPN bets, cashing or losing while the game is not over. And they're like, that's weird. While watching ESPN, I'm like, I don't know what the plan was there.
Yeah.
Anyway, Carlos, I think hating the moment of Zen is the funniest thing. That's funnier than when Carlos...
It's a great zag.
It is. Carlos would hate a house on the beach.
Top of the Guinness factory, Carlos is like, I don't get this Guinness thing.
The idea of like sitting by a river with a Guinness in his hand is a nightmare to
Horrible.
Carlos.
He's too alpha. He's too alpha for that.
He was drinking Moscow Mules at the Guinness factory.
Guinness factory.
They're like, okay,
well,
sure.
He was like, do you think they have a Moscow Mule? And I was like, I don't, man. I was like, no, I don't think, I'm not asking them. You ask them. Play of the day. I mean, honestly, it was the Shohei Ohtani, everything for Friday. But if we just do Sunday, the Mahomes, this never fucking works.
That's the most memorable play of the day.
That's certainly the one that we will remember months. I want to just note, though.
His foot.
This
never works.
Guess this play's over.
He like elbows his buddy.
Get a lot of this. The other play I wanted
winking.
The other play I just wanted to note was that the Vikings didn't count because it was a false start, but I really wanted to see this happen. Was the Vikings tried to stop the tush push today by having a player literally like
lay
down in front of the center. Like they literally just like bent over. Like they actually just had a guy get on all fours. Like, you know, when people would tabletop people in like recess or whatever,
dude,
like
that was a crazy trend.
That was horrible. Well, I hated that.
You remember tabletop?
I guess you push you over.
I hated that.
That was like a real moment in high school. People did that.
Yeah, we did that in our like elementary school.
Now we're old enough that you could hit your head and like die. And
dude,
right, we're not doing that.
No.
I hated tabletopping. That was chaotic. That was too far for me.
Yeah, way too dangerous.
It's way too easy to fall down.
Falling's
kind of
crazy.
Yeah.
Like when you try, like you think, like
I never supported tabletop.
No,
I really
I
did it. Like, it always felt wrong. It's like the
yeah.
difference between like teeping someone's house and then like egging someone's house.
Yeah.
Like, I don't.
There's a middle ground here.
Yes.
Like, oh, it's totally.
Craig,
100%.
what's your position on pantsing?
Oh,
I thought pantsing was too far.
it is too far.
Well,
Because
you know
sometimes
what?
the underwear comes
You're playing with fire. Yeah,
far.
you're playing with fire on like the confidence that the underwear won't come down.
Yeah. Maybe if you're just like,
because then there's just a dick.
if you're like,
Like,
with
okay.
your, if
Among
you're
other
like
things.
with your friends, if you're
And
with your
3
boys
balls.
or something, if it's like in the middle of PE and there's like
right,
the
and
whole,
there's like
you can't do
girls in the fucking
You can't do
gym.
that.
Yeah,
that ruined your life. Like,
I still distinctly like remember my
I was in the
buddy
pool.
at basketball practice getting pantsed, and there was like the girls' basketball team was like practicing in the court next to us, and he was just like, he was so upset about it.
Yeah,
Just like
that's like
it's kind of a dick thing to do.
Speaking of a dick thing to do, Craig said before the show that there was no chance that I would drink an entire bottle of water during the show.
I said there was no chance you would drink 2. Okay, we're wrapping up here, and now you're clearly trying to do it to make a point.
Well, sorry.
Should we talk about pantsing more?
I just can't believe. Yeah, well,
Tabletopping's too far.
Table
Do you remember
topping's
5-starring?
Oh yeah, I got yeah.
What's 5-starring?
You just slap somebody really hard in the back so it makes the outline of your hand.
Oh yeah. Our thing in high school was we would go up to people behind them and just clap their shoulders really hard.
Yeah,
You still do that?
Oh, I hated that.
Not at the level I was doing it in high school.
The real
people would be like, "Oh God!" Like,
the real trick
collapse.
is you get somebody. You go, "Hey, I bet you can't touch that sign." And then they're like, oh, yeah. And then they get ready to jump. And then you like stomp down on their shoulders. It's awful. I hate it.
Email us at ringerfantasyfootball@gmail.com if you have I don't even know what to call this, but just I
don't know what
other dumb shit you do, tabletop and 5-starring. Yeah, asshole pranks or whatever. Just email us at ringerfantasyfootball@gmail.com. I want to hear these stories and just other or weird ones or just good stories about it. That's really funny. Pants, yeah, I'm sure there's good
Dead
stories
leg.
about this stuff. Oh, yeah.
Charlie horse.
What's deadly? Just punch someone in the thigh?
You go knee to the quad. knee to the side of the thigh.
There's a lot of violence on the playground that doesn't actually get discussed.
Dead arms.
The dead arm thing.
Ugh, awful.
That was the worst.
No.
Well,
noogies.
Noogies? I did not experience noogies. That was not a part of my situation. I feel like noogies are in the 80s.
Noogies is something you get from your uncle in the 80s.
I had one. One of my brother's friends did it, but not my. Honestly, the angriest it was just one of my brother's friends once just for no fucking reason. Just I was sleeping and they had people over and just I don't know why there was cheesecake, but he just took a slice of cheesecake and just smashed it on my face while I was sleeping. And I was like, Matt, what the fuck?
You would think you wouldn't go and do that to Craig right at
but we
years
had to get
later.
Up. We had to get up. I wouldn't shove cake in his face.
You just shoved your face in my face. And your what was it, your dirty clothes?
That was a shirt.
It was the armpit of your shirt. No,
they were different.
It woke me up.
No, I woke you up in my face, but the shirt, you were standing up.
No, I thought I was closing my eyes, laying down on the bed, trying to get
believe it or not,
moment's rest.
Two separate things.
Whatever.
I shouldn't have brought it up.
Yeah, in our giant room that had 6 beds in it, and it was just one big studio apartment.
Anyway, worst play of the day. We somehow didn't mention the video of Steelers. The Broderick Jones, the Steelers tackle after Aaron Rodgers threw an incredible touchdown. Broderick Jones tackled Aaron Rodgers.
In joy. He was like, oh my God.
Yeah.
And he came up and clapped him on the shoulders.
Yeah. It was
and then tackled him, and Rodgers was like, what the fuck?
It's like Lenny petting the bunny. He's like, he meant well in that moment, but he didn't know his own strength.
Rodgers got up and pushed him and was like, what the fuck?
I mean, he's 41 years old. Roger Jones, he went 350 pounds.
Yeah.
He can't do that.
Oh my God.
He also had a crucial penalty.
It's like, I don't even like you.
It's like, you're already on my shit list. The rest of them are all right. Zach, I like. Yeah.
The other worst plays of the day, I will never get over Steelers not covering Jamar Chase on his 23rd target of the game. That was an all-timer. I do just have to shout out after Tua got benched or whatever, they took him out. Quinn Ewers came in, who was randomly made the backup today instead of Zach Wilson. Quinn Ewers I think it was through to the most covered player I'd ever seen. I think there were 5 Browns guys who could have made a play.
This.
I think it was the worst. I don't know if you're going to find it or whatever.
It didn't get picked. It was almost picked.
There were too many people there to pick it. It
was one of those things where it was straight to him. It was such a good pass to the defender. He dropped it.
It was like piranhas. There were so many, no one got a clean shot on it because it was just I also Cam Ward dropping the ball. The Bears center holding onto the ball on 4th down. He did a full start, but he handed it to Caleb and he took it back as he realized he was wrong. And just with I've never seen it happen.
He's like, can we restart?
Caleb tried to grab it and the center took it back.
Just kidding.
And tried to reset. That was bad. But I also just want to shout out Trevon Diggs getting concussed in his own home on Thursday night and ruled out for Sunday.
And what happened there?
We have no idea. And I actually wouldn't be shocked if the Cowboys don't know either, because I also would probably never tell anyone that.
I think that's brutal. You gotta have that sticky mat down in the shower.
Yeah. So I think those are worse than this. One team missed 2 extra points today, but that probably doesn't matter.
DK, what age do you think you need the bar to get out of the tub?
I mean, pretty old.
Yeah.
When you can't really walk.
Yeah. I feel like Flacco needs one.
He's getting close. Yeah.
MLB catchers, maybe. It's tough.
Yeah, the knees go.
The catchers,
Yeah. Were we on this pod where I was like, they should have a stool to sit on, catchers.
They should have a stool.
Like, what are we doing?
A little.
They should get to sit.
They already build the pads in that you can basically sit on the pads.
Yeah,
like at that point, just give them a stool.
Why don't they get to sit?
Who cares?
Who cares if they sit? That's a good point.
Because they got to fucking move around and shit.
Well,
they have
give
to
them the
block the
option
ball.
of a stool if they want.
That's a good
Just so they can get off the pitches are coming in incredibly fast.
Why can't the umps sit? Why can't the umpires sit?
You have to have the mobility to block the ball.
Because it would have to be such a high chair. It would be weird. Because he has to be above the catcher.
Would the chair get in the way? I guess.
Yeah, and again, it'd be awkward. He'd be like a really tall.
The tennis,
stool.
they get the big ones.
Craig, they've been doing
That's
this.
true.
They've been playing the sport for.
And they've made a lot of changes. And they've made a lot of changes.
We're all kind of bandwagon baseball
now.
fans. Like I parachute into the playoffs and I love playoff baseball, but I'm not watching like full baseball games during the summer, like 9 innings in a row. Like I probably watched like 5 games.
I actually think if I was watching a lot of A's games, I would want my friends to tell me to stop.
Yeah,
that's like not healthy.
Like the Yankees sitting down on television and watching the entire game, 1st to 9th inning, like with my full attention, probably like 5 times this year.
Yeah,
and they're probably all Red Sox games, but like. Parachuting in, it is always so funny now that we're going to the robot umps eventually, that most of baseball catching is tricking the ump. Like it's the entire premise is
framing the
lying.
Pitch. Yeah.
And now that we have that like zone and it's going to just be, it is incredible now that the zone's there to watch a ball and they just catch it and move it like sleight of hand and they just
frame They're so good at it too. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just funny that was like, it's like the entire point. It's tricking the umpire of every play.
And yet I still don't want robots. No, I like human.
Interesting.
Okay.
Slippery slope, Daniel. What's next?
Bunch of clankers playing that.
Clankers playing quarterback?
Clanker umps.
Yeah, I don't know.
Clanker umps.
There's not going to be umps back there anymore?
No, it's performative. It's the umps will be
because are they going to still ring people up and
They'll
shit?
be like the Queen. They'll
exactly. Yeah.
Because like part of half of the fun in baseball, exactly half of the fun in baseball is the way that umps ring people up.
It's like
it's
the best.
Like throwing one hand up.
It's so
like
funny.
Leslie Nielsen and Naked Gun. Right?
Totally.
It's so good.
Also, I would say half the fun of baseball is being fucking pissed at the ump.
Oh, yeah. I know. Who are they going to be mad
Yelling,
at?
come on, Blue.
Come on,
Blue. Like half the point. Half the fucking
like
fun.
Everybody
Baseball's boring.
It's passed through the generations yelling at Blue.
Dude, Jackie's
you
favorite.
You think that was a ball? Get off your knees, Blue. You're blowing the game. Like, that's the best.
We go to a baseball game. Jackie's favorite thing to do is like, who's paying you?
Yeah, it's like the best part.
Skippy the other day asked me, she goes, do they always wear blazers? I was like, I mean, not all of them, but yeah.
That's a great point.
The umps are out there in blazers.
Well, because NBA and NFL refs are in the black and white stripes. Right. Why not the fucking umps?
I was like, they all don't. Sorry, they don't.
Blazers.
All of them don't wear blazers.
Are they always business casual? Cocktail attire?
The ascot.
They'll have a wedding afterwards, I guess.
Yeah, it's really funny. I mean, like baseball, that's what's great about baseball. It's like goes back to like 150 years or whatever it is.
I mean, they play in pants, the players.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I mean, it's also funny that the managers are wearing the fucking uniform, which is like so great.
Imagine Steve Kerr in a Warriors jersey.
Watching like Charlie Manuel back in the day, like just like wearing the jersey with the pot belly. It's so funny.
Let's get Mike McDaniel in a football jersey out there.
Imagine we put Andy Reid in a jersey.
Like the big ass, like shoulder pads.
A helmet on.
That would be Mike McDaniel never would have been hired if they made him wear a jersey. He looked like Travion Henderson. Oh my God.
Blazers.
I think, Burn Book. This is easy. It's Justin Fields. Justin Fields is super burned.
And it's partly because he's had 3 games of 25 or more and then 3 games of 5 or less.
And now he's like
he's like a fuck boy. If you're not one, are you going to call me or not? I don't know.
You know what's funny is because he could like get named the starter and have an incredible day next week. But also if he gets benched, you should probably cut him, right? Even a 1 quarterback league, like you probably got to cut him.
He's one of the few quarterbacks that can legitimately put up 25 points easily or get benched.
Right. I know, it's weird.
In any given week.
You don't have to cut him, but like you can. It's weird. So Burn Book is week 1, Jalen Waddle. Week 2, Mark Andrews. Week 3, Isaiah Pacheco. Week 4, Calvin Ridley. Week 5, Travion Henderson. We really should burn him every week. Week 6 is Tony Pollard, and week 7 is Justin Fields.
I got to say, this is aging quite nicely. This entire list is kind of dog shit. Isaiah Pacheco's been okay. I guess.
No. I mean, he had a touchdown today, but there's no
ceiling. Like literally, like the Chiefs getting 70, 80 rushing yards still feels like insurmountable.
Tony Pollard has gotten exactly 9 points in every single game.
Yeah, he's miserable to deal with. Can't take him. All right, shall we break bread?
Oh, let's break bread. Yeah, so tell us what's going on here.
So
Greg.
the Dannies are in town. I've baked for them once before. I sent them banana bread. But
mailed it
in
to
the
us.
mail.
I mailed it to them, to Seattle and DC. But I over the last 3 days, I was kind of home all weekend, and when I'm not going to go anywhere for a little bit, sometimes I bake bread.
Mm-hmm.
This is my third attempt at sourdough bread, and I got to be honest, I thought I did a really good job. That's
Nice.
To take it up 60% of your energy?
Yeah, I think this was my best.
Look at that.
Oh my
Look at
God.
that
Okay,
right there.
wait. Hold on. So this is, okay.
And I bought some French
So,
butter.
I will say,
wow.
I like your crumb structure.
Thank you.
I think it's impressive.
Yeah.
I think you got a good rise. I think that it's well proved.
Uh-huh.
Obviously,
And now it just sounds like
There's
you're
a
talking
slight
about
char on the
golf.
bottom.
a little
honestly.
too much color in the bottom, but that's
Yeah.
okay. I mean, live and learn. I
Yeah.
think the flour, like the score, it's a very nice score.
Thank you.
And then, just your bubbles, your aeration. Like, I think that this is a good, healthy starter. Like, this is good.
Thank you.
I like this.
I put a lot of effort into it. I love making bread.
Hell yeah.
I want
the
to eat
best.
it.
Yeah, let's look at,
We should.
That's good.
Should we just rip it with our hands?
Yeah, do
Yeah,
it.
break bread.
Hell yeah. Oh, you got French butter?
French
Wait, let me see
butter.
if I have lactate. Shit. Oh, I do.
It's
I
just
do
in
have
your
I have
pocket?
lactate.
Do you
Let's
just carry
go.
a puck around at all times?
Yeah, I do. I have it on me.
So go ahead and just like rip
Can't
your
believe I
own.
have Lactate. Sponsor me. If anyone from Lactate's listening, I swear to God, I will do anything.
You should hit up our sales team.
Dude, if anyone from our sales team is listening, please contact Lactate. I literally had it on me.
Did you ever think that maybe eating bread on a podcast wasn't like the best content?
Also, how do I eat this
We're
without
so
mouth
deep
sounds?
into this show that I was like, I want to give it to you on the pod.
So
you know what I
wait,
mean?
how do we eat this without the mouth sounds being on the show?
Do we
Well,
cheers?
It's not crunchy, luckily, so that's not going to be.
Oh wait, shit, I'm behind. Sorry, I was taking my Lactate.
Yeah, grab a rip.
Oh, this is sick. I want to take a bite without the butter first. So excited.
We're literally sampling.
Breaking bread.
I love the way your bread smells.
I love your sweaty balls.
I mean, this is really good.
Thank you.
Greg.
I baked it this morning. There's a little bit of rye flour in it, so I had a little bit of more tang, kind of.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
I don't know why, but I genuinely think it's incredible that this is just flour, water, and salt.
Dude, it's amazing.
You know, over like
God.
3 days.
The second bite was way
Greg.
better. Incredible.
I'm very hey,
Thank you,
handshake.
Paul.
This
Hollywood.
is yeah.
Thank you, Paul.
Paul Hollywood, baby. This is
I'll give you a high five.
Yeah. The DK high five.
oh,
I think there's no
Really
better
good.
food than bread and butter. High quality bread, high quality butter is the best.
Thank you. I've been saying that for years.
almost
we've ever
derailed
talked
our
about
entire
that on the
show.
pod.
Did we ever tell this story in the show?
I don't know if we did.
Literally,
Yeah, we did.
I think so. DK's like once was
Heifetz
enough.
Heifetz and I got in a fight because I really love bread as what was
Well,
it
we were
like
in a side dish
an
draft, and you
appetizer?
took bread and butter first in a side dish draft,
Yeah.
and like over like French fries.
You know what though? Like
stand by
this
it.
is better than French
I mean,
fries.
this is but this isn't a side. This is. I mean, we're just I'm not bringing it up yet. Literally, the closest our podcast ever came to like ending was like our argument over bread and butter. Craig, Craig just wasn't there. You came in like Childish Gambino and that meme with the pizzas in Community.
He's on fire.
Where he's just like, oh my god. He's like, oh my god. Like we were just on the verge of breaking up.
All right, should we get out of here?
We
Thank
probably
you. Thank you
Oh
guys.
yeah, right. Okay. Oh, sorry, I was overwhelmed. This is great.
really good bread.
Thank you.
Thank you, Greg, for making us bread. That was really nice of you.
yeah.
That was really kind. Thank you,
Totally.
DK. Thank you, Carlos. Thank you, Kai. Thank you, Ronak. Thank you, Awesome. Thank you, literally everybody who's helping us with the show this week.
We're going to be here all week in
we're
person.
we're here all week. We are here all week doing a bunch of shows in person, so it'll be really fun. It's core week, so like everyone from the Ringer is here. It's going to be awesome. Shout out to
My bread.
Shout out to your bread. That was awesome.
I'm so proud of it.
It's the best. You made that.
I don't have a
Wow,
child.
what a tremendous looking loaf you have there.
I don't have a child, but I have a loaf.
Thank you to everyone who email us at ringerfantasyfootball@gmail.com. We want trivia for waivers.
Yep.
Fantasy court for this week. Anything you're arguing about in your group chat, we want fantasy courts. And email us the weird, I like what Craig put, asshole pranks, like just stories about them or weird ones you have, or just like, mostly I want good stories about those things. I'm sure there are good ones. Email us those.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Thank you, Lord.
Thank you. Yeah, yes.
Okay.
Craig, you just said yeah.
So when you say that,
I was like, oh, got one.
What's their big song?
I always
They have a
think
couple. Heads will roll.
I
also,
always think
Gold
it's the,
Lion, I think it was like Gold Lion's gonna tell you when the light is, or something like that.
Is the Heads Will Roll? There's a remix to that that's really popular, right? That's like what's in Project X.
that sounds right.
Off with your head.
Yeah.
It's like dun 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 dun.
I always say
right?
their
That's a
name.
remix.
Yes.
In my head, like the Bruno Mars song where it's like, yeah. Like, I think that's them, but it's not, obviously.
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
But I just,
Yep.
that's when I read their name, I just hear Bruno
Yeah,
Mars.
Heads Will Roll A-Track remix is honestly one of the most iconic like house songs of kind of like our high school generation when that stuff was really big.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh my God, that song was iconic.
Can we play? How does this work? Can we play it or is it fine?
This is like, I could run a 5-minute mile to this song. Oh my God.
Yeah.
When this comes in Project X, you're just like,
You want a shadow box.
yeah.
Bob Barker. Bob Barker.
Man, that's good.
Oh my God.
Good one. We've never done the AAS.
I think I saw the Yeah at a
I'm taking a little more of this.
maybe it was Warped Tour or something. I saw him at some festival at the Gorge.
Yeah.
It was great.
Nice. That's cool. Where's the Gorge?
The Gorge is in George, Washington. I think it's George or near there.
It's in
by
George, Washington.
Vantage.
Gorge.
It's there's a big. It's a. I've showed you guys pictures of this. It's like a music venue that's like on the cliffside and it
Yes.
overlooks a
Oh,
giant
yeah.
like gorge
So
of
the
river.
Gorge is in George, Washington.
I believe it's
George Washington
It's
what?
near George. I
Gorge,
don't know.
Washington?
Yeah,
What is? Yeah.
it's called the Gorge. That's the name of the venue.
Did you see that movie on Apple? The Gorge?
No, but I did watch the preview.
With Miles
It looked
Teller and
pretty
Anya
crazy.
Taylor-Joy?
Yeah,
Didn't see it.
cool. Good story.
Yeah. Didn't quite crack my watch list.
Yeah, there's a lot of content.
It's a lot out there. It's
Yeah.
tough these days,
Yeah.
you know? Straight to streaming movies.
Yeah.
It's hard.
But anyway, yeah, this place is it's a cool music venue. I feel like we've had this conversation. Every time we have a conversation, I'm like, this sounds familiar.
You know what movie I do love though? Upon second rewatch, Happy Gilmore 2.
Totally.
I don't know what it is, but
Incredible taste in movies.
Upon rewatch,
Yeah.
there was a lot there.
Buttering his bread.
He knows where his bread is buttered.
He does. Oh, this is a metaphor.
Dude, you know where we went?
Wow.
You know
Ain't
where?
wrong. We're still going.
You know where we went the other day? Remember when you guys were here last time and we went and got like pastries at the Brentwood Country Mart?
Yeah.
I saw Sandler there yesterday. I was standing next to
Are
him.
you serious?
Yes.
How did you not? We were together all day. How did you not bring
What
this
the
up?
fuck,
I
man?
know.
You didn't say anything, I assume?
You say, hey, Sandman.
I love Happy Gilmore 2.
Shooter!
Hey, Happy. Can I have one of those?
I have 3 every day just to keep me strong. I slander Happy
Coming
Gilmore
right
2, but
up.
I like literally love Adam Sandler to
Yeah, I
death.
know.
I love him. So. So, you know.
You will not make this putt.
But yeah, I walked right by him.
That's awesome.
He was waiting to sit down to eat.
Was he wearing that like baggy ass gym pants he always wears?
Yeah. Like a Hawaiian shirt with a hoodie over it, long basketball shorts, like running shoes.
Just he is who he is.
Yeah.
And I respect that.
All right. Well, goodbye, everyone, but especially Adam Sandler.
Must be 21 plus and present in select states. For Kansas, in affiliation with Kansas Star Casino, or 18 plus and present in D.C., Kentucky, or Wyoming. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit rg-help.com. Call 1-888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org/chat in Connecticut or visit mdgamblinghelp.org in Maryland. Hope is here. Visit gamblinghelplinema.org or call 800-327-5050 for 24/7 support in Massachusetts or call 1-877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY in New York.